The special peoples in Fantasyland.
Um,
We're being more PC about it since he's putting it on YouTube. Ah!
Special needs.
Yeah, special people. I didn't say special needs. I didn't say the R word, and I didn't say any of that. So.
well, that's just the PC people being overly
Uh-huh.
about it. Anyway.
Uh-huh.
Thor is here!
Thor, is it? Yep, your stream is up, Minnie. There you go.
Yep.
And to start the stream off, I'm gonna start by saying the N-word. Nope.
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 So who remembers what happened last week?
On Dragon Ball Z?
Nope.
Lots of talkie.
Mm-hmm.
The church arrived.
The
and all the
Zone of
heavily
Truth
questioned.
on Mr. Victor.
Yep. Pope
Gamos took off his pants. I mean,
That's
his
a good.
cloak.
That's a good way of putting that, actually.
Wait, where's Doolittle?
He's talking with his mom.
Oh, okay.
He said go ahead and start without him. So he said he'd be here soon. He's just gonna be late. So
Game not up.
it's up. I have Minnie and Brexit in here.
I'm trying to join, but it's like, how about no? I'm gonna have to use Steam.
Ain't there you having the same issues?
I just use
I
Steam.
I had an issue with even trying to load tabletop, so I dealt with it.
Could be a little bit iffy. But yeah, you guys had what Zone to Truth, Victor, if I remember, to get some words out of, get some answers, and you guys started. I think had a discussion where we ended was you guys kind of basically talking to Darius and like trying to figure out where Darius stood. I think you were kind of there, Cam, and I think Scamos was too. And Tazar was pretty much I don't trust anybody from the church. From what I remember. But Tazar will not be here today. I will say for the purposes of RP, he's just kinda fucked off to do whatever rogues do. So probably going sneaking around and spying on people. So
He got like a migraine or something, so he's like sitting in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Lived too shabby.
Yeah. Petrus was not accompanying Victor by the way out here, so you guys do have the boat, or the ship, and you guys could head back. And I think that's what Victor basically told you to do. He's like, well, we got it from here.
Oh yeah, they got a big ass army.
Mm-hmm. Y'all can go now. So basically. And you guys did get some Baylor remains, if I remember. I know Scamos and I think Cam, you tried. Didn't you get some? No, you guys put the skull on the front of the ship. That's right. So there's that.
Skull.
Yeah, and then I think that was pretty much it from last session that we did.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to head back to Alaron or head back elsewhere? Baywater is asking, by the way. So as a group, where do you guys want to go?
We should go to the Dragon Isles. Isles of the Dragons.
Just
Whatever.
like out of left field. Yeah, let's roll over there after all.
And why do you say
Would
that?
you want to go
Out of
do that?
curiosity.
Yeah.
I think Star was making a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, out of character joke.
That's why I followed it on with, and that's just out of left field.
Anyway, where would you all like to go?
The mountain has fallen.
Mm-hmm. Forge Hammer is currently being occupied, yes. Ostrich is kind of not really playing ball too much. You guys haven't even been to Valand yet. I mean, there is that.
I mean, if we convinced them to join us, they would be the front line. Kind of
Just the kid, stand here and just throw a throw a torch into the enemy line as they go find the torch, basically, and they all lemming into the torch. That would
Which
be
now
lemon
Nana?
court. Yep.
Yes. Charge them. What? But they have
Charge them.
war machines and do it.
Do it.
Hodge. Do it.
I mean, you guys
Do
can
it.
go to the Isle of Dragons if you want. You also
Oh,
can
sure.
go to Nordic lands.
We have choices.
You have choices. You do have choices.
But do we have any reason to go to Nordic Land? Oh, wait.
We have no reason to go to the Nordic land at the moment.
What reasons do we have to go anywhere at the moment? So at least lay those down.
Other than go back to Alaron and talk to Petrus.
That's why you go back to Elrond, go talk to Petrus, and figure out, okay, what's up.
Where's my money?
The next move.
Break your legs.
Where's my
I'm just
money?
imagining Cam walking in with his cane.
Where's
Bitch, where's my money?
Oh god, that would be funny. Oh,
Fucking Stewie. Where's my money, Brian? Break your fucking
Where's my
legs.
money, Petrus? Where's my money? Ah, where's my money? Just beating him with his stick.
for my money, God.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have a cane that has a sword in it.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
You
I'll let you
forgot
figure
that.
out. I'll let y'all figure it out while we sit here.
Probably a good idea to go back to Petrus and figure out what's the next plan.
God knows what
Yes.
other emergency has come up in our minor absence.
Right?
Yeah.
What form of conspiracy will we have stumbled upon today?
What crisis is already happening there?
And probably go check up on Boomstick because yeah.
Alright, so you guys head back to Alaron then. Pretty easy trip back. Not really, the crew is pretty excited, like morale's pretty high. That was pretty cool what y'all just did.
They're like, damn, we gotta blow something up and we got days off? Holy shit.
Basically. So I mean they're pretty happy. Baywater's pretty impressed, like the ship worked out pretty well. And yes, we were using it before, but we actually used it in combat pretty well, job well done. So yeah, you guys are on the way back and you guys land in Alaron, and the city they're pretty busy. Like you guys, it's very lively right now. You can tell they are preparing, probably trying to fortify as much of the defenses as they can, because we don't know what's coming, and they're realizing that, yeah, this might be a good idea to start actually building something better. So you see them, they're actually extending out another set of walls, and they're actually building it very quickly. It's not stone, but they're putting out more earthworks and things like that, and actual like palisade wall kind of style in certain areas to offer more protection and things if
It goes wrong.
the orcs show up or if somebody else shows up. Like they are full on preparing, especially after the whole visit from Boomstick saying Forge Hammer has fallen. That is a big deal. So you guys land in the normal spot. You guys want to go right to Petrus right away, or you want to go elsewhere?
Before that, on the way back, is there any chance I could finish up reading that Elvish book and have
I
a good grasp of it?
mean, you would know how to speak it. You still will need to learn sometime actually how to write it, but
yeah,
you would have at least enough to have conversations and get like the gist of it. You would still need to spend some more time, but you can sit there and it is like I get the trade speak, and I can actually understand you, but I'm still new, so
like I'm gonna like have the book around me. It's like
yeah,
it's
basically.
like every now and then I'm gonna the words again. I'm like,
What is that? What is that? Never heard that. Oh yeah, it's that word.
you want to kill me?
Okay.
Simple elven phrases.
Yes.
Suck a dick. Why is this?
But
They
yeah,
actually don't have that as an insult in their society. It's only when
so you
you're
guys
trying to solicit
land.
it.
Like they don't even have you wait at the gate this time. They kind of just open the door when you all show up. If you guys
Hello.
go to the castle, if you guys are going to the palace and the castle first,
Nice.
they just kind of open the door. It's like, he's inside waiting for you.
Waiting.
Yes.
Like he expected us to be here.
Oh,
Well,
they
I mean,
came
it's
in on a
kind of
ship.
yeah, it's kind of hard not to tell.
I mean, yeah, it's a big ass ship, but like it would have come in quick.
You
And
know.
just some what he just had sent someone as soon as he saw it come in and just sent someone straight to the door.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fair enough.
they're back.
They just have someone watching always for the ship.
Yeah, basically, it's like literally one of the Praetorians' job is just to be a ship watcher. It's like,
So- Before
Hey
we
man, that's a good job. You get to sit on your ass all day.
before we talk to Petrus, what do we want to talk about? Like the fact that the mind flayers are complete, like gone. The worms are gone, and there's Baylor's, and the Pope is, and his army's taking care of it.
I mean, that
But
would
the
be
gist.
the best way to start. Yes, that is
Yeah.
the gist.
Okay.
Vamos.
so do you guys head in? You guys are led in, and you see, you guys enter the. They don't take you to the main, like throne room, like where you've met before. They take you to like a side study that he has, and they kind of like he you hear him knock on the door, and he's like, you can let them in. And I want everybody to roll a perception check before you get, as you guys are walking into this room, and see if you guys notice anything.
Come on, notice the money.
13.
13.
I completely forgot to get my dice out.
So that is 21.
So
6. Hold on.
okay,
I got it now.
okay. So Darius and Cam, you guys are really the only two that really noticed some stuff else. What'd you get, Minnie?
6. I rolled in the dice,
Okay,
so 8.
no.
No.
So yeah, Cam and Darius, you guys walk in. You're the first two to walk in, and this is like Petrus's conspiracy room.
Jesus Christ.
And he is like literally sitting there, and he has all these papers and ideas, like in the way they build it is like chalkboard in here, and he's writing things down, and you guys start looking around.
Has he got the string as well? Like it's just
Yes,
all
he's got the
oh
string.
for fuck.
He's actually got the full-blown conspiracy wall going. And he's writing about Victor. Like, yes, that's literally what you see him literally doing that. He turns to you and it has the Charlie Day look. Like he's being played this episode by Charlie Day is what's happening. And he looks to both of you, Darius and Cam. He's like, "Oh, I'm glad you two are here. I've been quite busy while you've been gone." And you just like see the whole scene behind him.
Clearly.
Yeah. And he doesn't have the crazed look in his eye. Like he is very determined. He doesn't have the "I'm crazy" look
Determination.
at all. Yeah. Something didn't sit well with me about our new friend. No offense, Darius.
I mean,
You're
wanted to
not
wipe
the
out
only
all
one.
of chaos and making pure order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of gesturing to the red yarn all over the wall. Just, I can see that.
Something didn't, and like you guys been gone maybe a day, 2 days, and the army has probably been gone that long, to be honest. And so
He's done this in 2 days.
yeah, like this is like he's probably had help in here, like honestly. And you guys look all over, like he's got desks in here, and he has pulled everything from the institute that he could, and he is reading. And he looks to both of you, Cam and Darius, both of you, and he's like, I see you have the dwarves with you too. Oh, okay.
They're just sort of in between like
Yeah.
our legs. Because they're just like, what the
good.
fuck?
Good. Yeah, you guys finally noticed the room and you're like, whoa. You see, something didn't really seem right with me when me and Victor talked about why he was put away, and his story didn't really check out with me, per se, from what I knew from our history. So, I've been doing some digging, as you can tell, with help from some people from the Institute. They're currently on, sleeping right now. And I'm here trying to put two and two together to figure out what happens.
Real quick, is it like nighttime when we arrived?
No, it is during the day. This is like
No,
probably
well,
morning.
like they have been overexerting. They're probably sleeping like maybe an hour to
they're
2.
they're using the 4 hour thing. Like for sure they're using the Elven 4 hour bullshit. So
I keep
yeah.
getting those have that short
Yeah.
sleep thing.
Oh.
Yeah, short rest counts as long rest.
Mm-hmm. And we're just trying to like you see information about like they're trying to figure out who Victor was because there's not much information on him. Like we're like that's the big issue we're running into is we have nothing on who he was before the church got a hold of all the information.
Their church got hold of the information. Did they like go to the institute to get out?
Well, the Institute never got a copy from anybody regarding him until after the church was established.
So basically, the church writ history for that bit
Yes.
that wasn't already documented by the elves
Yes.
on
Yes.
who the heroes were.
Yes, and all of the information we had, we sent to Sheer, and it's being safeguarded there. So yeah.
Well, Cam, looks like you're going home.
I guess we'll be going to the Isle of Dragons. Out of character.
Well, I can't terribly complain.
Sorry, you can't terribly plain. I didn't hear the com of complain.
I can't terribly complain about it.
Well, yeah, it's you see Petrus is like we've gone through everything we have. I mean, we have all the stories that were written after the fact, by historians or by the first bishops and cardinals that, were writing the histories of the church and the saints, and when they actually wrote the Bible. I mean, there's that too. I mean, it's all metaphored out. Like there is no deep historical documentation that we have here or that we can find on in this region at all. The only place it would be a Sheer.
Or in the fucking like locked away archives of the church.
Which is possible.
Which would probably be what was the main home country of the church? Avalon, isn't it?
Amir. It was in Amir, actually.
It was in Amir. Oh.
Yeah.
That place is fun.
Well, the church already went through there, so that's probably information destroyed.
We locked a lot of the information away. My father sent it to Ashir and basically locked it away. And you do know about some of the stories about that, Cam, like the archives that you guys have. There is parts of it that nobody goes into because it's kind of like they keep it for other countries and like
By that
it's
country.
all
basically you need permission from the country.
Ashir basically has a lot of dirty laundry that if people actually found out about it, that would probably ruin a lot of countries, to be honest. They are literally like the dirt sheets, plus also being the historical, right as a historical fact kind of thing. So
basically, Ashir could just fuck over every country if they
basically. But and they would also have people that would probably remember the most about that time because there's people that are still alive from when the first war was a thing. So they're old, but they are a thing. Like the Dracovians and the people have assured that they can live pretty long time. So, but they usually don't leave the Isles because the couple that have had in the past, they had some issues in regards to people wanting to kidnap them for information, or we want all the secrets, give it to us, kind of the Madman plot kind of thing. There's been a lot of issues
Man,
with
they
that
must
in the
get a
past.
lot of tourism from the conspiracy theorists.
Yes, they do. That's kind of one of the big reasons why Ashir is has a pretty good economy. So,
You know that if anyone is flagged as a conspiracy theorist, that they give them basically the fake books.
yep.
Why would we ever give the real books out?
Exactly. But
Just
I
'cause
don't know.
some foolish monkeys think the moon is made of cheese is no reason for them to give them the real answers.
Here's somebody in the background. It's not made of cheese. What?
Some random elf.
out
Just one of the
nowhere.
Praetorians.
His life is focused on military and military only.
Petrus looks at all of you and he's like, "Did you notice anything strange about Victor when he came out? When you guys broke him out, and in your dealings with him? Is it just? Am I going too deep? As you look at the rest of the room, it's like, is this too deep? Is this too much?"
Well, he's an advocate for pure order.
Well, she hasn't started screaming yet, so.
Oh my god. God damn it, can't fear. Is this too much? Just looks around. Go ahead, Darius. So, advocate of pure order.
And by that sort of standing, by wiping out all chaos, it becomes that situation of what is left but pure order and what is pure order.
Chaos. Technically.
No, it is the death of individuality,
That too.
freedom, self-governance and all that. Basically, it's everyone's a slave.
And that's a problem.
Yes, it is.
Some would say no.
Actually, I don't know if I want to mention that character.
You want to mention what?
Yeah. What?
The whole thing that he told us that he was locked away by his friends because they were worried about him. What was it? Becoming corrupt? Taking too much power or something?
Basically, he was in the process of ascending and somehow failed the ascension, so he's in that sort of interim stage still. But the reason they locked him away was so that his mind wouldn't be warped over time by being a human that has lived for how many thousands of years.
And also he was a pretty powerful being anyway for a human. I mean, he was.
I mean, in peacetime before chaos broke out, imagine if he was roaming around the world right now with the power of the church behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any other religion survived. And it.
So yeah.
But whether there would have been human supremacy, that is a different kettle of fish.
Topic.
I'm not
Yeah.
willing to go into.
So you all have your reservations too, including you, Darius?
It's just how he went. Pure eradication of chaos cannot truly happen. And if it did, as I said, it doesn't end well.
When a perfect world isn't so perfect now, is it?
A perfect world is. Perfection itself is an impossibility.
Interesting.
You can only just try to do good.
Well, I'll keep digging here, and if I get any other information, I will sure keep you in the loop, but I don't trust him as far as I can throw him right now, and I'm concerned that his ulterior motives are ones that we don't want to get the rest of the world into. I fear that maybe he might be just as bad as Chaos at this point. That is my fear. But who knows, I might not be able to stop him, we might not be able to stop him, but we might need to figure out a way to stop him.
That way would be to look at the past.
With the Elder Scroll.
What did he say?
With the Elder Scroll.
With the Elder Scroll.
And the only place that I know that would have that would be probably a Sheer. Maybe a Mir if we're lucky, but that's more of a gamble.
We do have a fairly large library of Elder Scrolls.
All right, Moth Priest, shut up. When's your penultimate day coming?
That was good.
That was pretty good. Well, if you guys go there, just see if you can bring some copies back or write it down or something. Any information would be...
Well, if you sent it there, we wouldn't be able to access it without the consent of the country.
Right.
Wait, actually, no, Darius wouldn't know that. Sorry. Never mind. Only Cam would know that.
Hey Cam,
Hmm?
don't say that. You want to mention
what?
that fact? You
Oh,
have
my
to
bad,
have written
my bad.
like permission from the country to access their information, pretty much.
Yeah, you
Like the
don't
top
know.
secret shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
In other
Stuff
words,
that-
you'll be able to get more dirt on getting your money. For more reason. For more ways to convince him to get your money back.
My money back.
So we found out in this year you did this. We still want her money. We're not blackmailing you.
I don't
just want their money.
exactly have any special permission to access hidden archives or anything. I was only a surgeon lieutenant.
Didn't my father... He's eccentric. My father mentioned that we have something that we can show as representation, that you are a representative of our kingdom and you are here to retrieve the information that you require. Think there might be something? And he's sitting there and he's thinking about it and he's like, oh. And you see him, he's like, God, come here. And one of the guards comes up and he's like, he leans into the next to the guard's ear and he whispers, he's like, and shakes his head and they're whispering, and then you see the guard's like, right away, and runs off.
That was
Are
literally
they
Waller
going
saying,
to fetch the royal stamp?
Yes, forge the royal stamp, i.e.
Forge the royal stamp, got it.
E.g. Waller couldn't think of what the item would be, and
Oh
that's why
no!
he did the whisper.
He's going to go get the item. I know what the item is.
He's buying time.
And he's like, oh, here in like 20 minutes go by. It's like, this has probably been buried somewhere and like nobody, like, people forgot about it.
In that time, God's
Yeah.
just gonna ask Petrus, hey, do you know or hey Petrus, do you know what's happened with Godzik? Boomstick?
What's
With
happened
you?
with you? Don't know what has happened with you.
Shut up. Do you know what's happened with Boomstick and how he's doing?
He's back with Samuelson, I believe, at his shop. Living, currently being housed there. When the army left, he made his way back there to help him out. So, I believe that's where he is at currently. He's doing fine, last I heard from him. We're kind of letting the dwarves go help out with Samuelson right now, and if we need them, we will call them. But since there's not very many of them left, it's kind of important now that we don't lose all of them, or we might lose an entire race, and that's not a good thing. Which I don't know. What does the reader say to that? The reader's probably sitting there, it's just like, went over my head about there's only like maybe a handful of dwarves left.
Possibly.
So,
handful of
yeah.
dwarves left.
Pretty much. He's just still doodling stuff down for drawing wise.
Yeah.
And the guard finally comes back, and he's holding in his hand a skull. You look at it. Yeah, you look at it, Cam. It's a skull of like a pseudo dragon. Very small. It's got that the draconic look to it. You can tell it's probably a skull of a pseudo dragon, and in it is imprinted. They have the seal for his house, and basically this is the item that gets you into the top secret stuff. Like, you present this to them, and they unlock it for you.
We get to go to
So,
the Black Library.
basically.
Did you print your card?
Yeah. So it's basically your library card is what it is.
Fuck's sake.
And
The
he
laughing god has no reason to keep us out.
and he hands it over to Darius or Cam to take. I don't know which one of you wants to take it.
I would probably allow Cam
I'm
to take
taking
that.
that.
He takes it, you put it away.
I'm kind of idly examining it. One, to figure out how old it is. I suspect it's rather old, but
It is rather old. It's by just looking at it, you could probably think it's 800 years old, probably.
Mhm.
Which, I mean, that's still pretty recent, but not super recent. So, it is dated a couple hundred years after, when the war happened. So,
Wait.
but yeah, because it was 1,000. Remember,
this war?
1,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
So,
thinking it was only like 250.
nope. Old king was an old man. So, yeah, so he gives it to you, and he's like, that should get you in, I believe. It's been a while since anybody's used it, so good luck. Is there anything else that you all want to talk about before you leave? And I get back to my conspiracy wall as he kind of looks at everything. Where's my money? That's all I'm gonna hear Cam say.
The events that have happened in the city recently could not have been particularly inexpensive. How are your coffers doing?
They're doing just fine. Why do you ask?
Where's my money?
Then should expect repayment reasonably quickly then?
Oh, your reward. Yes. Yes. Well, there's something that we do need to talk about. The cost of all your men, Cam. Who do I need to send that bill of sale to?
Me.
If you, okay.
I'm the one who paid for them.
Well,
Would you rather defeat the Pope to send the money to someone else?
Oh, are you talking about the mercs that hired?
no, I'm talking about the food and all of the housing for the 2,000 men that he's keeping. unless you're handing them all over, Cam.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Well, considering I showed up with supplies, they shouldn't be costing food.
Well, while you guys are gone to a shear, I don't know what the supplies will be.
Oh, it's a 180 pullback. Oh dear.
I don't think they had that much, Cam.
And Petra's out of left field, ladies and gentlemen.
2 weeks of supplies, I think. I have to look at.
Well, you're
I'll look
going
it
to be
up again,
gone
but
longer than that. You're
yes,
going to
I
be gone
expect so.
longer than that. So, how about we talk about what your payment is after the fact, and I'll deduct it from your overall payment for what you are doing. Is that fair?
It would be easier just to arrange that as separate transactions. Would it not?
No.
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 It's easier on him just having to pay you out, and then when you come back.
Yeah, just pay you the lump sum at the end of this. Like, okay, I mean deduct this much. This is what I owe you. I deduct this much. Here you go.
Because otherwise, he's got to wait for you to come back and give him the fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I rather suspected I would end up paying for food and lodging in advance, at least in part.
You know, realistically, it isn't a bad thing to have basically.
An army on standby.
No. What I mean is, basically, you had him indebted to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that money, instead of you getting that money, it's basically saved there as an amount that will be chipped off for their living expenses while they're here. You don't have to worry about it so much.
And also, he can also train them with some of his guys too, if you want. That is something that he is willing to negotiate with you, and so they're not as
Good.
yeah when you come back.
Well, I am not entirely sure how many will be still in the regiment as I leave, because I intend to make them an offer. And that is the complicated part.
Well, maybe make them the offer, then we can negotiate. I think that's fair. If none of them stay, then I'll pay you. If some of them stay, we'll figure out the payment plan, and we'll house them and train them for you. And then once you return, we will give you what's left. Yeah.
I assume Halls. Hi, Halls.
It's Halls. Yeah, it's Halls.
Let me guess, still no Zach.
No, his internet's dead. So.
Yeah.
He lit his modem on fire.
Yep.
Tried to sacrifice it.
Well.
I mean, he said his power was out yesterday.
Yeah, his modem blew up from his power.
Interesting.
Yep. But Petrus looks to you, Cam's like, it won't be all in coin, just for your understanding, but I will give you a good chunk of coin for sure. Does that seem fair?
I suppose it would.
All right. Well, you might want to go have that conversation and do some things before you all decide to leave. By the way, Scamos, they're talking with Petrus about just to kind of catch you up to speed. They went back to Elron, and Petrus also has a conspiracy board on Victor, and it is very like, I don't trust this guy from the elf.
Good, we bros then.
When the elf's like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, and
I don't find that any different to how
they literally pulled everything they had in the Institute, and they're still needing more information on
Interesting.
Victor.
It's almost like he's trustworthy at all.
Yeah. And he's asking you guys to go on his behalf to Ashir, basically, and also for you guys to give you access to go maybe learn about who the hell Victor is, because they're the ones that actually have the source material on who he is, or the church. But good luck trying to get Victor to let you go read about actually who he is. So, yeah, that's basically the conversation we had. Scamos, is there anything that you want to ask Petrus while you're here?
Yeah, I was just sort of wandered his way in eventually.
Yeah, just kind of.
Yeah.
You see the conspiracy wall. Petrus is being played by Charlie Day, and he is very determined. Looked on his face. He looks like they've been in here for like nonstop for 2 days. It's his own one of his own little studies offshoot from the throne room. And yeah, it is literally conspiracy wall with chalkboard and yarn and like papers. Like they rip it out of books and they're like putting it on the wall and things like that.
I mean, they're not wrong. I'm just going to take notes and copy all their things down, so if we find any more information, we can put this together.
Okay, so you're gonna
Nobody
while
trusts the
everybody's
demon
talking,
prince.
you guys are going to be going around like taking notes.
Yes. No one trusts the demon pope.
Mm.
No one intelligent trusts the demon pope. Anyways.
Anyway, before y'all depart back to ship, Gauze, are you gonna go look for boomsticks, right? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, see how he's doing.
Okay. Cam, are you wanting to go have that conversation with your guys?
I should. Now that
Okay.
we've established there is no army marching on Alira. Alaron?
At the moment, yes, Alaron. Darius, is there anything you want to do?
I was going to go to see Boomsticks as well.
Okay, so you and Scamos, is there anything you want to do in Elvenland, in Elventown, in Alaron? Take silence as a no. He's probably still taking notes or loading things up. Rear.
I got muted apparently.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna go to the institute. I have some things I want to look up.
Okay. Rear, is there anything that you want to do, sir?
Well, yes. In fact, there is. I'm gonna go back to the ship and start researching the number one priority, the guided rounds.
Okay. You're gonna
Gunner.
work on...
boy.
Loads, Scalos.
God, okay, so he's gonna work on that. So we'll do the boomstick thing first. So Darius and Gozik, you two make it down to Colt Samuelson's shop down in down the merchant quarter. Now it is still growing. Like this thing is not even a shop anymore. It's literally a full-blown assembly line at this point. He is making lots of things, and they are expanding quite rapidly. Still, and you see the dwarves working, and Boomsticks is kind of sitting in one of the rooms that they've kind of cornered off as like an office kind of thing. It's like his private office, and you see him standing there, and he's like looking at schematics and stuff, and working on things, and he looks up and he sees you and Gozik standing there, and he like, come in.
Hi, Boomstick.
Hello, and he looks a lot better than what you saw him. Like he's a lot better. He's not actively dying.
God.
Yeah, so
Well, we're back from our field trip, I guess. I
I
was just
see
coming
that.
over, see how you're doing, see if you've been doing better. Petra said you're doing better. It looks that way too.
Yeah, and once I got back into the work here, it was pretty easy. How are you all doing?
Pretty good. A little shaken up by the whole Forge Hammer deal.
Well, King was a moron, and honestly, was the reason we lost it.
Yeah. Does not surprise me one bit.
Yeah, they came out with the worms and came out of the walls and went really bad. So we got
Worms.
yes.
Did Boomstick ever clarify that it was like a lipid that attacked?
Demons and another attack.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was both. Yeah, they used the purple worms to get in, and then the Elephid were the ones that opened the portals into Forge Hammer.
I guess orcs can keep their word in one way.
Yeah.
If they weren't. Gazak is basically making like a side joke because technically, if they weren't the ones that attacked, then. Yeah.
That still means there's an orc army roaming around there somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Does Boomstick know about the. What are they called? Dragar?
The Duragar?
Duragar. Does he? Would I know if he knows about them? And his opinion of them?
Didn't Darius tell? I'm wondering, did you guys have that conversation or no, Darius, with him?
I don't think I had the conversation.
I don't think we did, so technically, no, he doesn't.
In that case, Gazak's not gonna bring up the D word. Duragar.
Well, yeah, Duragar. Yeah,
Hmm.
Duragar.
Not Draga. That's a completely different thing.
Boomsticks looks to both of you and he's like, "We'll take back Forge Hammer someday. I'm pretty sure. Might not be today, but soon. Hopefully with Petrus and the elves and this kingdom along with, and hopefully Ostrich and the others their head out of their ass, we can return home and take it back.
Yeah.
Maybe install the proper family to the fact of the throne. I don't know."
Speaking of family,
Darius is like, "What?"
No, Darius is like, yeah, maybe not.
oh yeah, that was
at least
such a
not him.
group. Who potentially the next king could be, right?
That's right. It would be a rear. He would be in line of succession, wouldn't he?
As the only known one, anyway.
Let's hope there's more. There's got to be more.
All hail King Rear! All hail King Rear!
9.
Echoes around the room.
Dun, dun,
9.
dun, dun.
Hey Rear,
Yeah,
what do you want your kingly theme song to be again?
The Prussian Glory March. I sent the link to him yesterday.
Yeah, the chicken goose stepping.
The chicken goose stepping.
Gotta either be that or Erica will decide. It could be both. We'll make
Erica.
do.
God. Boomsticks is like, yeah, that does worry me. Maybe, maybe it's time that we do something different. Maybe democracy might be a good idea.
Nope.
Only when you are forced with no other option does democracy become the right one.
Nope. Nope. Not gonna, we are not going to allow
always
this.
the answer.
We will not allow this to happen.
I've only knew the quotes to the fat robot dude.
Minnie will take his throne.
Maybe democracy might be a good idea. We'll see. We'll see.
Fuck democracy. We're instilling an engineering dictatorship.
Sieg Heil, mein Führer.
Anyway, what else can I help you with?
Well, with the whole assisting on. So the facilities here, it's mainly just like gun manufacture and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, with the whole aspect of hopefully getting Ostrich to unfuck itself and taking Forge Hammer back. I do own Porsche.
I heard you guys were talking about that.
Yeah, that was very interesting. What happened there?
You need a plant manager down there.
I mean, I could do with one. It would be fantastic.
I think at this point, guys, it's gonna not going over every single detail, but like basically giving the gist of what happened, what started it all,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
catalyst, the fake
And-
ammo.
And he looks and he's like, sounds like you need some quality control and somebody knows what they're doing.
Yes, I do.
We need a rear.
No, we do not need a rear. His quality control is, did it explode? No, good.
No, that's
quality
bad.
control.
Somehow,
Well,
out of nowhere, the weird magical flux that's happening, Gamos has a random magic hand slapped him in the back of the head, even knowing Gazik is
Even
nowhere
though-
near him.
So
And
he
Gazik is not sure
looks
how he's able to do
and
that.
he looks at the other dwarves out there and he's like, well, I'm gonna need a letter of some sort of introduction to the crew down there because it's going to be, as you say, a violent takeover of who is the new boss.
Oh, yes. I will write that up right now. If you have a
He pulls
quill
out
and some parchment.
a quill and a piece of parchment. He's like, "Here you go."
Go meme them.
So write up. This, like this is a letter from Darius Hamilton. Blah blah to blah blah. This is a letter of introduction for the new plant manager, or facility manager for Porsche.
How many of you are a big proponent of certain kinds of plant managers from American history that you learned about in history class? I'm thinking of that kind of situation where it's
That's not the kind of plant manager we want.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. No, Boom Six
Henry
isn't
Ford?
that way. No, the one that worked for was it Standard Oil? Was it Frick? That's who I'm thinking of.
Frack.
Frick. It was Henry, or he worked for Standard Oil, and I think he worked for one of the railroads too for a while. Anyway, continue. Go ahead. Sorry, Darius.
Yeah, it's just that general introduction letter. Signed
Um,
with my name and all that. Yeah.
We'll discuss payments and whatnot later. I'm gonna take me and my boys over there, and he motions to all the dwarves, and say, we'll get that place in top shape.
Before I finish this,
Oh, Carnegie. That's what it was. It was Carnegie Steel. That's who I'm thinking it was.
well, with the payment and everything, I do need to make sure that the employees down there are paid and there's still funds for material as well. So I'm also going to be sending with you 5,000 platinum.
Oh, okay.
Pay raises for everyone.
Everyone.
Should keep people happy down there.
About to destroy the fucking economy of this world. Good God.
We got it all from
already
Forge
is.
Hammer, man.
Yeah, Forge Hammer. It's most of what. Yeah.
You say I'm about to destroy the economy of this world, motherfucker! I'm about to have a personal fleet.
That's also definitely going to destroy the economy. We're building the American economy just in a world instead of just. Oh God.
What do you want about?
We're about to have a permanent
I'm building
wartime.
an empire.
We're about to have a permanent wartime economy.
I mean,
We're gonna
Austria's
have to
kind of that way anyway.
manufacture. We're gonna have to manufacture wars in order to keep economy actually going with the rate you're gonna be hiring people.
That's where I come in.
Jesus
Don't
fucking
worry, I have
Christ.
some people that know how to do constructs. It'll be fine. We can increase the workforce percentage and output. I got plans, and you see him like take out his glasses, and he's like, "I got plans."
Oh no.
And he takes the paper, rolls it up nicely, and puts it in his bag. And he's like, "Well, we better be off. We'll hitch a ride with one of the Avalonian ships back down to Waldenstein, I think. But maybe the Stingray. Maybe the Stingray.
Could be quite. She's not fast, but she's maneuverable.
Mm-hmm. And then you see him like walk out into like where all the doors are at working, and he's like, "Come on, guys, we get your stuff together. We gotta go." And he was like, "I better go tell Samuelson that we're leaving. He'll understand."
Well, if you wanted to send some of his gunsmiths down there as well to increase production, that's totally fine as well.
I think he's needing them here. He's got enough already, and you kind of see like they are legitimately trying to just pump as much out as they can right now.
Or if he wants to send designs with you to increase the production rate as well, that
We'll talk. Don't worry, I'll take care of your business. And he like adjusts his glasses and just walks away.
I mean, he's a well-known name, man.
Yeah, man.
But like, of all the people I could have run my fucking business.
Yep.
There is no one better than Senor Boomstick.
He is literally that guy that I put. No, I'm kidding. No, he's not that guy.
Started with a small loan of 1 million platinum.
And yeah. So is there anything else you guys want to do at Samuelson's place, or? No.
Not for me, no. Also, if so, Boomstick's taking the dwarves with him, yeah.
Yeah, all the ones that survived are going down to Waldenstein.
Good. That'll also get them off the front.
Yep.
In case Alaron gets attacked.
Yep. And the ones that he brought with him, they weren't really fighters. They were more of his
engineers.
people. Yeah.
No.
So I've increased their survival chance.
Yes.
Good thing.
Until they bring a like biological with them and massacre the entirety of the population.
Oh, I'm expecting them to make a nuke.
What, the dwarves?
No,
or
I'm expecting the
bad
dwarves
guys?
to have like fucking COVID and then kill everyone else that they expose to it.
Oh my god. That's going on in Kastorf. That's not Kassendorf. It's not Waldenstein.
They got a plague in Castle.
There's a plague in Kassendorf right now. There's been one since this game started, so.
Breads, man.
Yeah. Well, Ostrich military has been pretty much kept it locked down. Like, they're not letting anybody out of Kassendorf. So.
Yep. And with Boomsticks there, I know Boomsticks is going to be making deals with Ostrich to try and unfuck them.
Yes.
Trying to incentivize them. And he now has the facility to make the incentives.
I control all of your production. What? All of it.
And the quality.
Anyway, from there, I think we'll go to Cam next. I think Cam is the next stop on our little Alaron adventures here. You head out to where you guys are camped at.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you want them assembled? Or are you gonna talk to them in like groups? You gonna do like a big battle speech of I am Daenerys Targaryen, breaker of chains kind of thing? Is that what you're wanting to go for here?
I am Command Therese. Fuck it. I don't know what the second day would be.
I don't have one.
He doesn't have one. He only has one name.
Oh.
I'd start off with gathering the lieutenant.
Okay. So they all assemble and
He's assembling his Unsullied.
there's probably trying to do the math for how many lieutenants for 2,000 guys there would be. For officers. You'd probably have 40 or 50 officers, probably. for this, especially since it's more. It'd be about 40. I think it'd be in total, like for your staff.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all assembled, and glad to see you back, sir. Are you staying this time, or are you leaving again?
I was rather expecting to stay, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to.
I see.
When I picked you up from the Free Cities, I had a specific plan to take you through the battle here, and at that point I would offer any who chose it freedom.
Freedom, that's a big deal.
Right. Those who stay, this would transition to a standard. Suppose mercenary company would be the most accurate template, but pay would be included.
Okay.
Those who go would be given what I would expect to be enough money to start them on their way. No strings attached.
Okay. That's And we get to fight. Maybe. Hey, we get to sit here and eat. And, we really have nowhere else to go. I mean, most of us were from the Free Cities, and I don't think any of us want to go back there. Or down from that part of the world.
But many places to go.
Yes. But if the rumors of what's coming are true, it might not be the safest to leave right now.
Might not be the safest to stay either.
Well, we'll talk with the men, and unless you want to address all the entirety of the entire body of the men, we can talk with our people, and we can get you an answer. Go ahead, roll me a persuasion check there, Cam, just in general.
Absolute dog shit.
Oh no. I'll give you advantage on it since you're offering incentive here.
Not absolute dog shit.
Okay.
And by not
Just
absolute dog
shit.
shit, I mean natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What is my persuasion modifier anyway?
Somehow you gain people. No, I'm you just gain people.
They were just random dudes chilling.
What the
Like, wait,
fuck
hold
was the
on, he's
name of that
wanted to pay
country?
us?
You got natural
What was
20.
the country? Liechtenstein sent an army of 80 guys and they came back with 81.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, they made a friend and he just came with them.
So they go and talk to their people, and apparently they take it to heart about, we'll turn this into a mercenary company, and like a bunch of the NCOs, like the guys that are kind of just below the officers, "Hey, we're gonna go recruit people in town," and they legitimately start going and doing a campaign drive to have this mercenary company get people, and you get another.
We will have to organize equipment for them, so don't go too enthusiastically.
Like you find this table like after you see them like recruiting, you're like, huh, strange, and they're all like, you tell them don't go too crazy, and well, they hand you the names. They already have 500 people that signed up.
Well, it's a good thing I have extra rifles and equipment.
Yeah, they're just like,
Although they'll be short shields.
Hey, you may want to get some of them trained up on how to use tanks.
I don't have a tank.
I can sell you a tank.
I could sell you a tank. We have one on the ship.
I mean, yeah, you got a race tank.
I don't think I want anywhere close to my men in battle.
It's just
I'd rather
lined with
have it on the other
gunpowder.
side of a
It's fine.
shrapnel shield.
It's just lined with gunpowder. It's fine.
That's the issue.
Anyway, do you want to go find Petrus again and go talk to him, or before you leave?
I sincerely doubt I would have kept all the people, but
No, you do, and you gained people. Either there's probably some that did leave, but the people you got, you have 500 more recruits than what you arrived here with.
well, it was more
somehow.
of like I specifically offered a essentially starting money for when if they
Yeah,
left.
so we'll say like 100 of them decided to leave. So I don't know how much you want to give them, but you guys were able to recoup all that through the recruitment drive. So
What's are daily living costs the same as in the fucking PHP?
yes, which would be what, 5 gold? Is it 5 gold?
Daily living cost?
No, it's like 2 gold, isn't it?
It depends on what their lifestyle is.
Standard.
Like a noble's lifestyle is a gold a day.
Ah, okay. So it would be
like then there's artisan and commoner, and where the fuck is the thing? I know it's in here somewhere.
It's based off whatever commoner artisan would be. So, which is probably like 10 silver. I would have guessed. Yeah.
I know the table's in here fucking somewhere.
Anyway, you can find it. We can discuss that. Scabos, while he's looking for that, we'll go to the institute. What do you want from the institute, sir?
I'm going to go researching for the processes that were used to make the kinds of sword that I have access to now.
What was that again?
I'm going researching to see if I can find more information about the history of the kinds of weapons that, Darius has, the halberd, and the one that I have now, the shape-shifting sword.
Yeah.
Their purposes, how they're made, basically every bit of information I can possibly find on it is what I'm going looking for as much as I can.
So you walk in, and it's some, like, they legitimately are hiring like the university students at this point to run the institute now, because like the institute's like half the people have died. So you see, it's like this. He looks like he's probably no older than maybe 15, and he's like, "Hi, can I help you?"
Yeah, hi. I need some help finding some books or some research information I need for a project.
What's the project?
I specifically need to learn more about how. What are these weapons called? Like, they're just soul-sucking weapons, Waller? Like, do they have a specific name that Darius has mentioned about it?
No,
because Darius doesn't know either.
Gotcha. Basically,
all I know is
weapons that have
it was like
souls.
an enchantment.
Basically, weapons that are enchanted to absorb souls of things that they'd kill.
Oh, and he looks and he's like, well,
you need soul gems for that.
Let me go get my man. Let me go get my my supervisor, and he like puts the "I'll be back in 5 minutes" thing, and like gets up and walks away from the desk because he's like, I don't know. He's sitting there thinking
We've got
about it.
some gems here that are worth like petty change. Here's a relatively common size one.
Yeah, sure.
That one's a bit greater, and this one's just grand, isn't it?
Yes.
What about that black one?
I spilled some ink on that. Don't worry.
Anyway,
band.
he comes back, and you see an older man come back, like older elf, and he's like, we on whose authority you're looking for this information for?
Yeah. I'm trying to do some research to help Darius at the moment.
Oh, okay. Follow me, and he like
Motherfucker!
hands together, and he turns around and he walks you into the library. And takes you up like these flight of stairs, like Hogwarts style, like circular stairs, like the old style. Yeah, like that's what he's walking you up, and it's like a montage of like going through. It's like this is like a full adventure getting to where he's taking you.
But this is really, this is one of those like that the good books are all up here.
Yeah. Like Cam hasn't even been up there, so
Damn, Cam.
he gets you up there and he unlocks. You see him like pull out like this key ring, and it legitimate like guy was probably the head keeper of the whole entire institute.
Yeah.
And he pulls out like the key. It's like maybe 3 foot, and he like sticks it in the door, and he's just like and shoves it
3
over.
foot
Yeah,
on a
it's
key ring.
Yeah, on a key ring.
Holy shit!
That's a serious lock, bro.
God damn, he must almost break that fucking key every time he sticks it in there.
Pretty much. I mean, you hear it, like he's struggling, and then he finally throws it over, and door opens, and it's like he gives you a torch, and he's like, "You'll need this."
All right, I'll take the torch from him.
And you walk in, and like this room is pitch. Like there's torches in there, but it's pretty dark.
I need to look in here.
I don't know. No one's been in here in probably over 100 years. Good luck.
Oh.
And he just like walks away. With
Wow.
his torch.
Wow.
He's just letting you roll with the fucking like.
Hey, look, when you drop the name of It's for Darius in this day and age.
Yup.
It's like I have that well known.
Yep.
My fucking
literally
name.
are
Very
the Popes.
notorious.
Look, Brexit, just because I don't trust the Pope doesn't mean I can't abuse the system to gain access to what I need to from the Pope, you know. You're the Pope's right-hand man. You're literally the sword of the Pope at this point.
Yeah,
Fucking-
except for an elf
I am
that's
known
doing
to be
it, by
someone
the way.
who's working with you, and I'm helping you with this, and that's what I say.
He's that fucking asshole that drops names whenever he needs to look impressive.
To be fair,
That's what-
who I am.
To be fair, Darius, don't you kind of want some information about this? Don't you want to know more about your halberd?
I mean,
Look me in the eyes and tell me I'm technically not telling the truth by a really big stretch.
It's for Darius.
It's information for Darius.
there's the guy with his own soul-sucking weapon.
Details.
Detail.
Details. I mean, I'll probably give Darius some information depending how interesting it is. But anyways, I'm gonna go looking for what I need, Waller.
All right, roll.
And I'm gonna be also looking for any other books in here that pertain to
Victor or anything.
Victor, magic. Like, I'm going to town in here looking for stuff since he's told me good luck.
Roll me an investigation check.
An investigation check.
This is where he's gonna find a copy of the old history.
Nah,
that
it's not
has
very good. I only
Victor.
got an 8 on this one.
You need to find
You
it.
find a book.
Okay.
You find one, and you look at the cover, and it talks about like enchantment. Like it looks something like this might be the book, and you open it, and
Yeah.
all the pages are ripped out of the book.
They've probably. Or is there any place that looks like there's filing cabinets where they might have stored things or anything
No.
like that? Okay. I'll put
Well,
the destroyed.
there's pages ripped out of it. I
Okay.
wouldn't say
Is
all
the,
the
the
pages.
guy's gone, right? Like he's like left the area. He's
Yeah,
back
he's
downstairs.
straight up just disappeared.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna put the cover in my bag.
Okay. I mean,
And I'm
there
gonna
is
keep-
pages and stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm
It's-
gonna put the cover in my bag and I'm gonna keep it.
Okay. Keep looking. Roll me another investigation check.
14.
This time you're able to find something about soul. You know, you were talking about like the gems, like actual soul transference.
Mm-hmm.
You actually find like a magic book, like it's like like how the magic actually works. It's not really the weapons in particular, but it's something that they would use to teach craftsmen that would do this, and where they would transfer you know, a soul into a weapon, or a soul to another object, or soul to a body, things like that.
Yeah.
It's probably locked up in here for good reason, because there's one person that you've met that you know of that does this, and that's pretty much it. So you finding this book is like, holy crap.
Okay. I'm going to I'll take down some notes on what I read in there, like big, like couple of concepts, just kind of flipping through it too. But I'm gonna put that one in my bag as well.
You're just gonna take it, just like, oh, okay, boop, 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 boop.
Yep. Just taking that and the other one. What are the titles on these books actually?
It's like elements of magic, like soul transference. Like it's kind of like an encyclopedia kind of book style, and what it has like over a topic, and it's like all the notes collected and all of it kind of put into a book form, so you have a place to go look at it
and
for a source.
What the title of the first one that had stuff ripped out of it?
It was out.
Oh, okay, Mister. I'm gonna keep. I hope you understand. I will be asking for book title.
I know.
Also, who's the author of Elements of Magic?
It's it doesn't say because it's a collection of different contributors and stuff.
So it's a compendium of all the knowledge on it.
Yeah. Basically,
who's the editor?
Yeah.
The editor is the Institute. I'm gonna go there, dude. If you're gonna go there, it is because they
it's an honest question. It gives me guidelines to look up other information. That's why
they order it a bit. It's the Institute, so they probably send somebody up here to order it to make it where it would make sense reading things.
Okay.
But it's very much like, and you can tell like it's written handwriting or someone copied it onto the page from like actual source material. So it's either the source material itself or it's written copies of it. But a lot of this one in this book, and you looked at a couple of the other ones too, just to kind of for reference, and a lot of this book in particular is a lot of straight source material from probably people that were practitioners of this in the past. So when either they've died or they've donated their work to the Institute, that probably got put into these books.
Okay.
So
this is gonna sound like a random off-topic question, but that old dude, was he like one of those old dudes that he's a manager, but he just doesn't give a fuck? Like, is that what it seemed like when he?
It's what it seemed like. There? Yeah.
He was just like, whatever he wants to see it, I'll take him to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
He's dropping big names. I'm not fighting this.
Dude, he probably watched half his friends die, so no, he's not fighting this anymore. Especially for he's one of the people that you name dropped was the one that saved him. So
yeah, he's like, this is for.
Oh.
All right. How much have I gone through so far with 2 books that I found?
Probably 30 pages.
No, I mean, like, how much of this, like, how big is this room? I guess I should ask first. Like, I'm trying to be as thorough as I can searching through this place, but
you open this room, it's not like Indiana Jones hangar size. I'm gonna put that out there, but it's more like, I could say maybe 100 feet by like 50 feet tall. It's a big room.
Packed full of books or just a giant storage? Good God.
It's a bigger room, and there is other objects and things in here. Like this is small compared to what a share is, but
what kinds of objects are in here?
I mean, a lot of them are covered in things.
Yeah,
you want to start uncovering
things? I'm looking for things in here, dude.
You do not see with your true eyes.
Yeah, I'm just literally like looking.
Just whispers in your mind.
I'm trying to find how. Basically, I'm trying to ask how long I would.
You uncover one of these things, and it's a sphere that is onyx black.
What is this?
Why is it gotta be black?
What is this?
You touch it.
Are there any notes around about it?
No. It's literally like they put it on a cart and they kind of just shoved it in here.
How does that, looking into it, what do I feel when I look at it? Like, does it evoke any, like, worry, you know?
Roll an investigate. Roll me an insight check.
How does
that's an 8
thing feel?
How does it feel? Insight check. You can't tell. You look at it and you're like, huh.
It's not that interesting. Then I'm just gonna move past it. Go back to looking around for more uncovering more objects, looking for more books.
You find like a globe, like that somebody put in here. It's like straight up a globe.
Okay.
You see like instruments, like someone probably donated their like this is what I used when I was looking at the stars. It's like
Yeah,
a really shitty telescope.
I wish I had a sending spell.
Yeah.
I would fucking call Cam to be here and be like, "Yo, Cam, you like books, right?"
There is things like you uncover and there's like placeholders for weapons that are missing.
Yeah, because a lot of shit
Does
got
any of them
stolen.
happen to look like Darius's?
No.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna continue, I guess, looking for any objects of interest, looking for more books specifically. I'm really looking for books related.
You see a lot of books about like other history stuff, and like this is some like there's like one in here about like it's a lot of very heavy research heavy books. This is probably where they kept out of the source material that they didn't present to you guys initially, like that big compendium book that they brought out before that was from Ashir. Like this is the stuff that didn't make the cut. That's probably where they keep most of it.
Is there anything about that first any histories about that first war then? And like the people that fought in it?
Oh yeah, there is.
Was it just like one book on that?
Oh, there's 10 or 15 of them.
Shit, I don't have a bag of holding.
Yeah, and there's a lot. Like there's a lot here. Like
Party
they
has
have
a bag of holding. Who do I need to get to come help me?
everybody else has one except you, Halls.
God
Yes,
damn it.
literally.
Everybody made
Fuckers.
except you.
So I was looking to get a tome of clear thought.
There's probably one up here.
Doubtful.
Doubtful. Very doubtful.
But is there any chance that I could stop by the institutes if they have one in? So I'm being serious. I actually wanted to get a tome of clear thought.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Okay, so Gozik walks in, and it's the old man's at the desk, and he's like, "Oh, how can I help you?"
Hi, I'm looking to get a
My god.
tome of clear thought.
Tome of what?
That actually was cool.
I think so.
Yeah,
Like it.
tome of clear thought.
Tome of what? We don't make those. And he looks at you like, "What do you want, Sonny? Like, what do you want? You're a dwarf. You're bothering me."
Want to increase your intelligence?
Yeah, so I don't have to wear the circle. So the circle gives me 19 intelligence. I already have 16, so if I make it 18, I don't have to wear it.
But spend a week in the libraries of the institute. That's how you increase your intelligence.
That is a way. There is a way to do that.
Yeah,
we don't have that kind of time though.
Well, it'd
What's
be
doing shit
overtime.
too?
Cam, this is the place where, Cam, this is where you've been trying to get tomes, right? Too.
Yeah, it's where he got his
The
tome
institute?
of,
Yes.
charm or whatever it was. I don't remember what tome Cam bought from there though.
So guys just like straight up asked the older. So you just don't have any tomes or anything for anything?
We're fresh out. We haven't had a lot of time to make new ones. Or people haven't returned, and resold the ones that they've had. So, we're
re-enchant it.
yeah.
I'll check in this year.
Gamos, do you head back like up to the front to see if anybody I'm hoping my friends come back?
No, I'm still gonna be up there digging
Okay.
around looking for unless they're talking loud enough that I can actually.
You are
hear
so
someone
high up
down
you would
there.
Yeah,
probably not
Like
hear
I'm
it.
not
wouldn't
gonna.
hear 'em.
I'm not gonna. I don't really have a reason to come back downstairs right now. I'm looking through.
You know, Scamos was heading his way here, but you didn't run into him. I will say that, Gauze.
Have you seen a Gamos here? He's about 5'6". That's the right height, right?
Like just kind of puts the hand up, or like about
The-
yay tall, has a bunch of musical
Like
instruments.
raising my hand all the way up.
Like
You have to a hand
Really
on the desk to
colorful.
jump yourself up.
has a bunch of musical instruments, like rainbow
Looks
cloak.
fine,
Rainbow
24/7.
cloak.
Rainbow cloak.
Oh, That rainbow cloak was strange. I was wondering about that. He's here. He's upstairs.
Okay.
He was looking through something for Darius. I think is what he was saying.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like, can I go help him?
And he's just kind of like standing there waiting for you, like awkwardly, like, and
Well,
what?
Do you mind if I go back there and check on him? Check out what he's looking at?
Well, we probably should, because there is things that live in this institute, and if he runs into one of those, that might be a bad thing. So let's go. And he kind of like grabs the torch and just lights it and then leads you that way.
We're like, as long as you're traveling in pairs, we're good.
You know, like
Traveling
fucking
in
Palantir that he
Scabos,
decided
by
to
the way,
ignore.
I need you to roll me a perception check.
Oh god.
Perceptione for me will be a 15.
As you're sitting there, you start hearing like a book and a lot like a something drop in the room.
Yep.
And it echoes.
Mm-hmm.
And what is Scabos' reaction?
Whips his head towards it, like, what just fell?
And then you hear another one, and then you hear like breathing in the room.
Where's the breathing coming from?
The back of the room.
And I'll look towards the back of the room, kind of shift, so I'm ready to.
And you start hearing like something very like it's like growling almost at you.
Okay, what do I see back there?
It sounds like an animal to you.
I don't think they would bring animals in here. The fuck?
Towards the back of the room, right?
Yeah, you look towards the back of the room.
I'm going to set off a giant with vegetation, the 10 feet back towards it. I'm going to set off a like magnesium white kind of bright flash of heatless sparks.
Okay, and as you do that,
Just
you
to
see
light that
like
space
this large. It looks like you look at it and it's a rodent. It looks like a mouse, like a oversized rat, just like standing in the back and like things like. It looks like probably the size of a possum. Like this thing is big, but it's you can tell it's a rat.
Just a rat.
It's like a dire rat kind of thing.
Hold
Yeah.
On.
Gotcha.
When did we start playing Dark Souls?
I know, right?
Anyways, is that all it is, Waller?
Yeah, you look at it and it's like growling at the light. It's like at the
just
light.
Run away.
No, it just kind of then it like looks at you and it's still growling.
Really? You're gonna do this, huh?
Yeah.
No, I
no,
actually yelled out at the rat. You're gonna do this, huh? We're really gonna play this game.
And you see like 3 more come down from one of the bookcases.
We're really gonna play this game, huh?
Apparently.
That's what we're doing here?
Apparently.
That's what we're doing here, guys. We're really playing this, huh? I'm yelling this out at the rats.
Yep, they're still kind of staring at you, kind of like.
Are they moving towards me, or are they just?
No, they're just staying right where they're at because it is still bright. Like the light is still there.
Yeah. You guys stay the fuck over there.
And you guys hear this as you're coming up? You guys see Gazuk, you see a bright light, and then you hear Scambush yelling at like, "Yeah,
damn rats!
Damn rats!" And the old man's like, "Oh no, not the dire rats!" And you see him like grab this broom from like one of these closets, like a broom closet.
Oh shit! Not the dire rats again. Well, gotta get the brush.
Comes running up.
And you see like the old man come running in with Gazuk, and he's like running at them with the broom, and he's just like,
"Shoo! Shoo! Get out of here!"
What do the rats do when he does that?
They all run away because they've been beaten by that broom before, probably.
They know what the broom means.
They're like,
Don't mind leaving that broom here when you leave. I don't want to like have to hurt or kill them. Or anything. They're just rats, but.
Yeah, I guess. And he like leaves it next to like stands it up next to the table.
I appreciate. Is this like the only room like this here, or are there more of these?
Oh, there's more, but
how many?
Not with the information that you're looking for.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure because there's a lot in here already.
Yes, we're the second largest in the world behind us here. So.
Yeah. So I figured you guys would hopefully have what I needed. Thank you.
Well, I hope so. I see you're being kept busy here with the dire rats, wherever they are.
Was the old man finishing up anything
Yeah,
else? Or
he
is leaving?
leaves. He just leaves.
Yeah, just a little bit busy. The old man's gone like downstairs and everything.
Yeah. You wait like 5-10 minutes and he's gone.
Okay. Yeah, just a bit, doing some research, and I'm gonna go back to looking around for my. Do you want to help with any of this? I've got the 15 books, by the way, the real ones, like the
They're
ones
just,
that
like,
were important, stacked next to a table.
Yeah, I can help.
Sure. We're basically looking for anything that relates to the Pope, or like history of the war or anything like that.
So
The Pope, history of the Pope.
one more investigation check for both of you.
And I am still Waller looker. Also, things related to the elements of magic, like any of the other elements of magic books. Things about my soul weapons, all that stuff. But I'm not telling Gazix about those.
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
Let's see if fate will work with me today. I actually need to recharge my bardic inspirations.
So Gauze, you see the little. He didn't uncover it, but you see the onyx. Like onyx kind of min roll in the middle, on this card. Go ahead.
Actually, no, Star already rolled, didn't he? Shit.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have started humming. So I was gonna try and inspire him. I'm going to hum a beautiful "We're Looking for Books" song.
I mean,
because the extra die would have helped. Yeah. You said one more investigation.
Yeah.
At least you can get it right.
Nope, I can't inspire myself.
You know how overpowered bards would be if they could.
Yeah.
16.
You find another book about your deity in here.
Ooh, what's this book called?
It is The History of the Traveler, Part 1.
Part 1?
Mm-hmm. This is probably like the first actual like physical copy book that you've actually seen.
About this?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
A lot of
wow. Now that I've found that, my whole goal is also get a change in here, I guess. We're going looking for parts 2, 3, 4, and 5.
If there is a part 2.
Yeah, there might be, but we can still fucking try. I'm gonna pocket that book, put that book in my bag as well.
Okay. So, guys.
What book's that?
Oh, just not really important.
You just watch him pocketing it, and he's like, "It's not important."
It's not that important.
And he's
just kind of passing it off. Like, have you had any luck?
Well, are you saying something?
You look at the mineral, the onyx. It's a sphere that he uncovered, and you notice something about it. Like you kind of look at it for a moment, and you see. Like, there's almost clouds inside of it. And you kind of see it, like, pass by, and you see a light, and then it kind of disappears again. Right, it's like, I've seen Lord of the Rings, I know what this is.
Yeah. It's like the moment you described it, I knew what it was.
Do it, Mary! Do it! Okay.
Do I have an idea what this would be, or...?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
You could touch it and find out. I mean, there's that. You could touch it.
Don't touching shit.
I mean, you're already touching shit. You might as well.
Haven't had any luck, but what's this cloudy thing?
What's this what thing?
Gozik like points with his hand to the.
That I don't know. It just looked like some decoration or something.
Touched it yet?
No, I mean, like I said, I just looked at it. There's nothing about it, and it didn't seem that interesting. It's oh look, it's a sphere. It's black.
Yeah, but wait, Goz, did you mention that it was cloudy a second ago?
No, he just told me it's a sphere. I'm going off
I
from
said
what I
cloudy
knew.
Sphere.
Oh, cloudy. What?
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, there you go. See, I picked up on the detail.
I'm gonna walk back over to it and look at it myself.
Roll another investigation or perception check as you guys stare at this, both of you.
Well, Waller, you did say it was cloudy, right?
Yeah.
Or am I high?
No, 18, I said that.
18.
Yeah.
You want me to roll an investigation?
No, you guys both watch it and you see it too now, Scamos. Like you watch and you see like there's something in it's like a center, like at the core. There's a light of some sort. It's a greenish. It's like a purple. It's like a green with like a purple like kind of flake off of it, into that cloud kind of thing.
Touch it.
Touch it.
Touch it.
Interesting.
Like, is actually wanting to pulling me to like trying to make
You
me touch it.
look at it and you're like, you kind of get the sense of like,
No bueno.
you get more curious about it. It's kind of really what you feel.
Oh, Camus, you've touched things before.
Yeah.
He like looks at your sword.
Yeah, but this is a little more interesting now. Tell you what,
Gothic touches it with his fingertips.
Oh, you dumb bitch.
I am Almighty Malachi, the bowling god. I mean,
I was literally about to say too. We can fuck with it once we're done looking. I wanted to finish looking through the fucking books. Asshole.
You guys sit there and you guys watch Gamos as you watch as Gothic touches this, and you watch him just pass out on the floor.
Oh, Gazix.
but like passing out, or is he having a fit?
No, he passed like straight
just
up, like
thumps.
he touches it and then he just faints and falls over.
Is he still alive when I grab him and reach down?
Do you want to do a medicine check to see?
I mean, sure. That'll be a 14.
You check his pulse and he's still got a pulse.
Gazix. Something smack.
Nothing happens. Gothic we transfer into Gothic brainland in his mind.
Lots of guns.
Lots of
A lot of guns in here.
Matrix.
The Matrix.
These are some ideas I should make sometime, dude.
You stand there and your entire consciousness is brought into like this dark. It's like it's a void. It's not really. It's the best way. It's just a void and there's nothing. And then you start hearing a faint.
Fucking empty in here, ain't it?
Yeah, you start hearing a faint, like breathing, and then he's like, "Oh, someone there."
Hello.
Hello.
Where am I right now?
You're in my domain. Is where you are.
I guess that's what I get for touching things.
Oh, you found an orb, did you?
Yeah. I guess curiosity got the best of me.
Who do you follow?
Like religion-wise, or because religion-wise, I don't really follow anyone.
Are you in the market? No, I'm kidding. Are you in the market?
Well, would you like to find your new religion today? It
Not
turns into like a
Mormons.
fucking game show.
So you're a non-religious type. I see. Well.
Excuse me, sir. What is your current religion?
No, what is your current religion? Are you interested
Your religion
in
sucks.
religion?
You should join my religion.
Are you
Generic
It's like a
interested in
Jehovah-
we eat
religion?
we eat hot dogs and
Are
worship
you-
potato chips.
Are you interested in religion?
Oh, is that what you asked me?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. I have a friend. He looking at what religion has done to him is kind of like puts me off of religion.
What
Fuck you.
religion does he follow? Your friend.
Christianity.
Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
which one do you follow before we start continue this?
Well, I don't follow one per se either.
He's the head of one.
I am a somewhat would might call a deity.
Oh, this better not be what I think it is.
Do you mind if I asking what your name is?
Oh, I have no name.
Is there any nickname that you go by, or just
In
like
your
general?
world, they call me Chaos.
Whew.
I
am so much-
You're in
I am-
direct contact with the Chaos God.
I am so glad now that my gut well, I sent you a team speak message, by the way.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah,
And
I
no,
thought he was
it
going to say
doesn't.
Traveler.
And no, it doesn't do anything. You can't right now. It doesn't do anything. You try it and it doesn't do anything.
The line is occupied. Just wait.
Yes.
No. I was trying to dispel magic on the orb.
Yeah, it doesn't
Ah.
do
I
anything.
was trying to break whatever just happened.
It's a direct line to a deity. It's gonna dispel magic.
It's gonna release them when it wants to, basically.
Yeah.
I wonder if I smash it, what happens?
Because what 10th tier magic is only what god level.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Technically, just a DC of 10 plus the spell's level, so.
Anyway. Anyway.
So you're the Chaos everyone's about.
Well, I'm the entity that controls it, yes.
This is why God's just like, could you be a champ and like tone it down?
Gozzik literally heads off the entire war by having a conversation. That'd be
That'd be funny as shit if that's what happens. The climax of this campaign is God's just going, dude, be
Well,
chill
fuck,
and people
man.
will follow you.
Dude, cool your jets, man.
God.
Here, smoke this.
That would be a rear if he was in this conversation.
No, you'd be boring the god to fucking tears with your designs.
Yep.
But yes, I'm the one that everybody apparently is talking about.
Yeah, you're I honestly expected a little bit different than someone constantly raging and whatnot, but apparently not.
That's an aspect of me.
Fair enough.
There are many aspects of what I am. This is the clear and concise one that actually has conversations with people in a intellectual manner.
Have an evil idea.
Oh god, scales work. Well,
You
I
thirst for knowledge?
Okay, he's just turned into Herman Moyer.
Is that what you're looking for? Is knowledge? Answers?
Would you like to know why you exist?
I may have a few questions.
What are your questions?
Oh shit.
Ah!
It's out of character.
I have a few
Shit.
questions. Fuck.
First.
I know there's like quite a few like brewing up in my head, but is there anything I should actually ask?
It's on you, man.
I'm probably
That's
on
Who
you.
the fuck is Victor? What is he?
Is that your-
that's like
literally,
the top one, but is
well,
there anything?
Dude, it's all on you, man.
It is all on
Any
you,
questions
sir.
you
All
think
on
of?
you, on
it's
any
all on
questions
you.
that Gozix would want to ask is what you'd be asking in this case, because we can't communicate with you. I'm just doing my best to wake you up right now.
Because it's like the whole time here, like in here, he's like feels like warmness on his left cheek every now and then. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
that's
just
weird.
keep getting, I've given up. Yeah.
Do you know of a human named Pope Victor the First?
Ah, my nemesis. I know of him, yes.
Is it true that his goal is to eradicate you completely?
Same as it is my goal to eradicate him. I think he's a dick.
I think he's a dick. Just casually throws that in there.
I mean,
Not wrong.
When you're kind of with him, he's kind of a chill dude. Little on the weird side, but I guess against him, I can see how that.
Have you fought against him in actual combat?
Have I told him my name?
He knows your name.
He's got a direct connection to your mind. He probably learned everything about you.
He
No,
knows.
but even, or at least what he stated his powers to be, it'd probably be a very short fight.
Yeah, I watched him murder hundreds of thousands of demons and devils and what manner of beasts that serve my cause. With just a snap of his fingers, pretty much. Find out he's literally Thanos. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you just Thanos snapped like half the Chaos Army out of existence.
Yep. You see, he attained power that none of the gods before ever went to lengths to pursue. There was a line. Victor crossed that line. Majorly crossed that line.
Do you know what happened to Victor after the war?
There was rumors, but no, I do not.
So the God of Chaos is not omnipresent.
Or they did something where he doesn't know. So.
But either way, it proves he's not. He doesn't know everything. He can't.
I was busy. And as you guys are sitting there, Star or Gozek, you will notice that the scene has shifted, and you guys are talking like across from a table, and you're talking to a human like across the table at this point, and you guys are actually having a conversation, and he's sitting across the table from you.
What does he just like look like a normal everyday human?
Normal guy.
No horns sticking out of his head.
Nope.
That's gonna make it weird, right?
Oh, what to ask? There's so many questions, but don't know which ones to ask.
Well, you don't have much time, so you might want to figure out which ones you want to ask the most. If you stay here too long, you won't be able to get out.
Fair enough. What magic was, or what power was Pope Victor trying to achieve that crossed the line?
Power over all the gods?
Oh shit.
Jigalag, motherfucking jigalag.
All of them?
You
wanted to
being deity, do you know how any way to prevent this from happening? Prevent him from having power over all gods?
Is he out again?
So you do know of his containment?
I've heard, like I said, there was rumors.
Yes,
there was also rumors that he was dead as well.
Well, I can tell you if I'm asking about it, probably alive.
Unfortunate. You see, the gods at creation, we all made a pact to maintain balance. Good and evil, death, rebirth, life, all that stuff. We made a deal. Victor changed all that.
Out of character real quick. So, because I did join midway tonight, I haven't like gone through Minnie's like introduction video or whatnot, or stream. There is like an actual God above Victor and whatnot. It's like actual Christianity.
No.
Victor founded it.
Victor is the entity, technically. It's just the way that it's there
he
is a
posed to
god.
himself as
Yeah.
a god above them, when in
Yes.
reality they are raising him directly. That's where
Yes.
the power grows stronger from.
Yes.
He's directly manipulating his people in the real world, as opposed to like
Yes.
a prophet do it or something like that.
Yes.
And that's what also makes him so fucking dangerous.
You know why?
He's
'Cause I'm the
basically he's lied to you
motherfucking
about
emperor.
being. When he sat there and went, "I'm almost a deity, but not quite," he's lied to you. He is, by another deity, just been confirmed as he is a blatant deity.
Anywho, if he does start to, actually, he's already mentioned he wants to remove all chaos and install order.
That's step 1, by the way. We pose the greatest threat to him, apparently. Victor's far older than what your books have written.
Is there any way to stop him from taking, I guess, over? Because Darius has. What's actually? Because one of my friends has accidentally. I'm getting. Excuse me.
Star. Just
Uh,
spit it
the
out, man.
whole thing's making me a little jumpy. And it's like trying to think of what to say.
All right.
One of my friends has mentioned the fact that if there's pure order, then it's just slavery. It's gonna be.
Yeah, you have to maintain balance. You can't have an extreme of one without
Basically,
causing.
my question is.
Yes, the question.
How would one go about preventing Victor from messing with the balance, I guess? If there is any way.
There is, and you would need the spell to do so, but I don't know who has that spell anymore. It was the elves, but sounds like they may not have it been.
There has been a time wizard running around, I believe, if I'm not wrong, running around toting under chaos.
Yeah, he's one of mine.
Yeah, actually, yeah, he's mine.
He's one of mine. He's one of mine.
Boy.
Yeah, I have a whole army of them. He's one of mine.
So it seems like he can know of his followers and probably gain information of the world through them.
Oh, so what do you know about me then?
A little bit.
A little bit, but also when we made this connection, I was gain access to all of your memories, Gazik.
Oof.
Told you.
Oh, then.
Do you have any more questions?
Well, I can't really think of one except for this one, but how are you doing?
You're literally talking to the god of chaos like a friend.
Just casual conversation with the god of chaos.
The god of chaos is probably just like, what?
He's sitting there and he's like,
what?
You know what? I'm doing fine, and thank you for asking. And it fades away as he finishes that, and you wake back up.
The fucking balls on Gazix.
Yeah.
So, Star, you missed a very crucial piece of information to gain there. What's the name of the spell?
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
We got this. All right, so Gazik's waking up to me going, Gazik, another smack.
Yeah.
You just repeatedly just smacking him across the face until he wakes up.
How long has he been out for, Waller?
Hours.
Ooh.
You're kind of freaking out at this point, and
have you not taken me out of the fucking institute?
No, we're not leaving this spot till you come back or you're dead.
Right. So for the seed, you've got Scabos like sort of
Like,
kneeling
on
over
weird
Yeah,
points,
Gozik,
times
slapping
longer
him while holding off a dire rat with the fucking brush.
No,
Vacuum beans.
maybe.
There was a point in time during this, like, there's a quick montage back to Scamos, and he's got, like, the broom, and there's, like,
You know
3 of them
what,
attacking
Waller?
him, and he's got out, like, a pike, and he's, like, pointing it out. So they're
smacking
just, like...
people around. Between these hours, Waller, that I've been literally waiting for him to die or come back to
Yeah.
as well. In
Yeah.
between trying to wake him up, I'm gonna keep looking for stuff.
You don't really find anything else here. There is a lot of books missing, too. Like, there's a lot here, but there is books missing.
I'm gonna add one, like, almost as an afterthought halfway through. I'm gonna add one more thing to the list. I'm gonna look up any books that might be useful to Arir for his guided weapons project.
Okay, roll a investigation check really quick, see if you find anything.
Oh boy.
That'll be an 8.
Yeah, you don't. There's nothing really here that he could...
It's probably the wrong 4.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I tried, Benny. I thought
Thank you for trying.
Then yeah, outside of that, I'm just gonna take notes on other books that we found in here. Basically just looking for information on anything. If I can find anything more about the elements of magic, I'll take those books too.
By the way, Gamos, as you're sitting there, roll perception check on if you look over his body, like over Gozik's body, when he comes back.
16.
You notice that on his wrist he has a small chaos symbol that's now on his wrist.
Where did that come from?
Gozik gets up, feels like his cheek and how it's. He just looks up to you. He just like jumps up and slaps you in the face.
Ow! Bitch, you were asleep hours!
Wait, shit, really?
Yes! And what the f is that?
Points to it, and you notice on your wrist, it's on the bottom side of your wrist. It's a small, like, chaos symbol. It's like in your...
What that thing, and what did you agree to?
I agreed to nothing. But,
So what is it?
do I know what it is, Waller?
I mean,
like-
I wouldn't actually know what it is, Gamos, actually.
Yeah, but he's the one that went into it, so what is it? That's what I'm asking him.
I
Yeah.
don't fucking know. I woke up with this.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Okay. What are you
prominent
thinking of,
fall.
Star?
I-
What does
What the fuck
Gazek
is the
think of?
symbol? What the fuck just happened? Why the fuck did I just talk to the god of chaos?
Okay, I'm gonna wrench myself out of his mind and look at him and go, "You did what?"
What?
Straight up, just asking that. You did what?
You have detect thoughts?
What? You
Oh, wait,
talked to
sorry.
the god of,
Sorry, a lot has just happened in the span
you
of
talked to the
like
god
5
of
minutes.
chaos? What?
Yeah, he's in that orb if you want to talk to him.
We're gonna save this for later. I'm gonna grab the blanket. I'm gonna
Yep.
wrap the orb up in the blanket.
All right,
Holding
Gandalf.
the
Oh
orb
yeah,
still.
Gandalf!
I'm gonna holding the blanket. I'm gonna ask him, "Do you have a bag or something we can stick these books in?" Pointing to the stack
And
of
then,
15.
and then I just like grab my holding and it's like, here you go.
Oh,
Okay,
this
we're gonna
is
shovel
great.
all the books into the bag of holding,
All
and we're
right,
gonna put the
Gandalf.
orb in the bag of holding,
All right, Gandalf.
and then we're gonna go ahead and leave.
Do you know
So-
what this is? I just because you knew.
Fool of a toque. That's all I hear Scamo sing in the background with his hat on, just as he's leaving.
We'll talk about as we get ready to leave. I'll tell Gazix. I'll tell him later. We have some things we need to drop off first, and we'll leave. I'll shut the door behind me,
Oh, this is so good.
and we'll head back to the
Mother-
ship. I will
good.
thank the old man for his time.
Oh,
First of all, as we're leaving, let him know he's good to lock up. I'm gonna ask him for his name.
The name is Ian.
Ian, and your surname?
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's Ian.
Ian.
It's a very
And
un-elven name for an
you
elf.
just work here at the institute, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of give him the friendly, respectful bow and a thank you. I'll make sure to let Darius know you were incredibly helpful.
Oh, I would appreciate that. Tell him thank you for saving us from the demon.
And I'll not give him the respectful nod, and then Gazix and I will leave.
All right.
Cosmic just walks out. They're kind of like dazed.
He's like,
And you're kinda, like, thinking about stuff.
Right. And as soon as we're out and we're a little bit up the ways of the street, I'm gonna grab Gazix. I'm gonna pull him off.
By the way,
to
do you
the-
guys
like,
cover his wrist? Like his
yes,
gloves?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. I'm gonna tell. We're gonna be like, Gazix, listen to me. You do not tell anyone about that mark on your wrist. You wait until we're on the ship. We're going to get Cam, and we're gonna have a little conversation really quick. All right.
Wait, what does Cam have to do with this?
I need to give some things to him, and he might help us figure out some of this stuff. He's a far better researcher than I am.
Good
But
point.
you do
Plus,
not.
I do not Darius
Do not.
with this.
Not tell Darius. And then we're gonna head off to the ship. And
Are
I'm
you
looking
Sydney
for.
spelled? Okay.
I'm looking for Cam specifically, making
Where
sure
would Cam
Gazix
be at
stays
this point?
fucking glued to my side.
Where would you be at this point? Would you be walking back from your guys, or would you be on the ship by now?
I'd probably be walking back.
Okay.
Have you been hanging out with him
Stop
for
to make
hours?
sure that I would have stopped to make sure that fucking extra equipment was organized, because having exactly enough like guns and shit for the people you have is not a winning
So-
scenario.
Petrus said he'd handle that. Yeah, I'm assuming you. We'll say you went and talked to Petrus, and that was part of the deal. So.
Okay.
Which is fair enough.
Mm-hmm. And you guys see
Do
Cam
we see him on
walking
our
back.
walk back?
Yeah.
We're gonna speed up. Hey, and I'm gonna go, hey Cam. And it's a very serious sounding
Yes.
Scamos tone of voice. I'm gonna wait until we.
Cam doesn't. You're like behind me, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Cam doesn't look back. Just says yes.
I'm gonna wait until we've caught up to him, and I'm gonna go. We need to go back to the ship, and we need to talk. And it's something that needs to be said in a more secure place than this.
Are you guys going to be like all the teenage kids that get the Ouija board and go play the Ouija board? Is that what's about to happen here?
I suppose there is a bit of a discussion that needs to be had.
Yes, there is.
H-A-O-A-S.
And I'm gonna.
Yo,
We're gonna.
Are you saying that in character, Star?
No, thank God. All right, we're gonna go. So I'm gonna just literally go back. Like we need to go back to like your room, my room, Gazik's room, someone's place. Like now.
You guys walk back and you see a rear like in his room working on stuff, and he's like, "Hi!" as you walk by.
Hi,
Before
Rear.
this conversation starts, Waller,
Yeah.
how common are tieflings?
Not in this part of the world, like at all. Like he's the first one you've probably ever seen. You've read about them, like they were mentioned a lot in a lot of the war stuff and like the pre-war stuff that you guys had access to. But they were more like, if anywhere, they'd be more common out on the eastern parts of Illyria. So, way past Reskova, things like that. Like they usually don't venture to this side of the world very often.
Mm-hmm.
So, here, not really common.
I assume there's like a tiefling nation out there as well.
Not on this plane. Not then you wouldn't, and you wouldn't actually know that. You just know that there's been sightings of devil-looking half humans running
out
around.
there. We're
Yeah.
not really welcome on this plane very
Yeah.
much, so it's not necessarily the most common thing for us to flaunt our way around.
There's
There's a
also
reason
more-
I'm wearing
So-
an enchanted cloak.
Yeah.
There straight up isn't a grouping of them out east. They just happen to be scattered around more commonly there.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a reason I wear the enchanted cloak all the time, and there's a reason that you guys don't know this in character. I have a second.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have recognized the Cloak of Colors?
I mean, I don't know but that's up to Waller. Honestly, it's literally just it's supposed to be like a tie-dye cloak that's like a very showy. Hey,
Wait a minute.
It's like a bardic, performance tool.
I wouldn't say you once you kind of figured it out, you put two and two together. Like you had your suspicions, Cam, but I would say you wouldn't know for
Roland
sure.
has one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Baywater has one. Forgot about that.
And for me, it's for the tiefling. It's more literally they just took a cloak that he took cloaks that he was going to use for performance and had them enchanted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
So-
not necessarily probably not the exact same cloak as what Roland has or whatever, or it's not like a very specific, does XYZ thing. It literally just does this one and conceals my identity thing, and that's it.
You didn't need to tell me that.
No, just letting you know. It's not like you know me in character.
That's meta knowledge.
Yep, it's not like you know me in character.
Third question. What stories are there of tiefling sightings out east? Like,
a lot of them were like
what is the scholarly opinion of it? I guess would be the better way to say
the
it.
scholarly opinion's not very dissimilar to the civilian opinion of it, where they came and raided my village and took my children. A lot of the tieflings, a lot of them serve the chaotic gods and stuff like that, and they use a lot of human sacrifice and things like that to appease who they follow. So like they're very
Depending on who they follow, let's be very specific.
Yeah, it depended on who they follow, which the majority of them follow one of the elements of chaos, so...
The majority of them would probably worship their very specific bloodline.
Yeah. Which
would be
they
a
all
demon.
feed in, and which is a demon which feeds into the chaotic,
Chaos.
one of the elements of chaos. So chaos in itself, the understanding of it is it's one entity, but it's kind of like how Christianity views God. The same thing where it's like it's all one entity, but it has different parts. So like all of like the general set from like Warhammer, so like lust, war, blood, death, rot, things like that. That's all elements, and those are all worship particular parts and sects of chaotic worship. It just really depends. And this is why, like in the Gothic conversation, just for context, he didn't really specify go by one name because he was talking to all of them and not just a specific aspect. So when you talk about a specific aspect, they have certain names attached to them. So that's kind of how it works. And the tieflings serve specific ones, and their bloodlines are tied to those ones.
The other is Red and Scully.
Basically, your bloodline just determines
which one you really follow.
It will determine what demonic, or whatever demonic thing your human variant decided to fuck. It's whatever bloodline they came out of, demon they came out of there.
They use tieflings as their agents here, and they mainly have kept them out in the eastern plains and stuff, because that's where a lot of the chaos guys hang out, is out east. Orcs, things like that. So, and tieflings usually they're usually leaders or doing certain specific like high level stuff where an orc may not be super good at it. So they're not they're not as common as an orc, but they are not uncommon out east. So, but yeah, that's the stories that you would have heard in the scholarly. That's the scholarly opinion too. It's just kind of like and there's not a lot of information. There's not enough out there to make a more judgment on that. But anyway, I'll let you guys continue.
And we continue to the ship, probably the Scamus room.
Where you see like the party come back and
hi guys.
Literally, it's like we can go to. I'm literally gonna look at Cam. Like, do you want to go to your room, Scamus's room? Like, where do we want to go to have this talk? I don't know whose room is the first one in the hallway, so.
We have a. No, we don't have a ship map for the new ship. I guess whatever is more convenient.
Whichever is the closest. Whichever one's the closest, then, Waller.
okay, yeah. So either one works. Honestly, you guys are across the hall from each other in the same deck.
We'll go
really not that far.
Probably just Scamus room, just so you can like keep the stuff for yourself.
You guys hear a rear down in the engineering room. You hear like you see him like banging on something, making like a prototype.
Okay.
Probably.
Plode EFD number 1.
I guess we'll go into my room since I've got my stuff that I want to hang on to. And I'll wait until we're in there and the door's shut. And then look at Cam and go, do you have any spells you can cast that'll, like, silence this room off from everyone else?
None that would be particularly useful.
Yeah, so he just says none that would be particularly useful.
Mm-hmm. It's a slight joke.
Gotcha. Okay. I dropped my die 1 sec. There we go.
God.
Darius walks by. He just walks by. You hear him like cling, cling, cling as he's going to his room.
How high is the ceiling in this ship?
How high were usually like crew decks and stuff, can't there? Were they like normal room size or no?
Without piping, probably 9 feet.
Okay, with piping.
With piping and ventilation and all that jazz. Depending on how much shit was, between 6 foot and 7.
Yeah, it'd be about like 7.5, 8 feet probably. So
Okay, damn it, I can't use it then. Oh, I was gonna cast Tiny Hut and shield us in here, but we're just gonna have to be quiet. All right, so I'm gonna look at Kim and be like, so
You're worried about being overheard.
just a bit, yeah.
Yes.
And then I'm going to.
Well, one thing that not going to help with eavesdroppers, and Cam's gonna say a word in Draconic, and everything is going to glow blue as he casts Fairy Fire. At least we know if there's anyone invisible here.
Works for me. A little bit better.
What'd you cast?
Fairy
Fairy
Fire.
Fire.
Everything gets outlined in light.
So it's pretty bright in here. Like you guys are sitting here like but you know
My
you gotta do
fucking
what you're gonna do.
But at least they can tell if we're fucking. If there's anyone invisible here, like you said, which helped. And knowing that there's nothing there, cool. Then I'm going to first look at them and go, so I'm assuming.
Why is that?
You just like look in the corner and see Tazar.
That'd be
You
cool.
do
with
not
Kazar.
see me.
Kazar, I don't give a shit about. Kha'Zix, your bag.
Yeah. So I basically grab the bag, start
I'm gonna
start pulling out the books.
Yep. I'm going to
one by one.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna
then
start.
when I get the orb, I'm like very carefully grab it.
As he starts to pull
Set it
the
on his
orb out,
bed.
I'm gonna put my hand on top of the orb and keep it in the bag. Still pulling books and handing them out to him.
Okay.
In that case, I'm gonna slowly put it back.
And then
Do I
start
notice
grabbing
the extra care they're taking with this particular object?
Roll a insight check if you guys want to roll perception check or a deception check. Yeah, or sleight of hand. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if this is deception, that's a little.
Sleight of hand.
4.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't see it.
9 for sleight of hand.
Yeah, no, you don't see it, Cam. You're just like, oh, so many books!
Yeah, and they're like books you probably haven't seen yet, considering where we got them from. And
So these do remind me, I need to pick up some tomes.
Yeah, so I got these from the Institute. They seem to contain the history of the First War, like where our good friend, I'm going to literally do the air quotes around good friend, Pope Victor comes from. I decided to try and do a little research on him and, everything that was going on with his powers and things like that. That reminds me, I'm going to go into my bag, Waller, and I'm going to pull out the book that was damaged.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put that one on the pile too.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at Cam and go, you seem like the person who knows the most about books and stuff, so yeah.
Yes, they seem to be made of leather and paper. I would definitely agree they are books.
So it's the reading of them, smartass. It's more trying to find what we need to find out about him to see if we can figure anything out. Because we need to get a handle on this whole who the fuck and what the fuck he is. Because unless you think he's actually the Pope and actually this great good person, and I'm going to give this Cam a look of, we both seem to be on the same page with that thought process, I would like to know more about him.
God's just like gives that sound. It's like he's like unsure what to say. But he's like trying to like that kind of that like he has something to say, but he's not sure if he should say it. So Cam, so interesting thing happened, I guess. And this is something that doesn't leave this room.
Found another demonic attendant at the institute.
You could say that. You definitely could say that. Aside from the dire rats that were pestering us.
Fucking rats.
They're also a common thing in the Assuran archives, by the way. You know about those, Cam. Like, that's the thing that they have to deal with. But in Assure, they just use fire to deal with them. So
in a
I feel
library,
like they wouldn't.
Yeah, in a library? No.
Yep. They're
They
dragons,
use brooms.
man. They're all dragonborn, man.
It is canon that everyone beats them with brooms.
Brooms that are on fire. There you go.
I hate to break it to you, Waller, but only like 2 kinds of dragon use fire.
I know.
Everyone else gets torches and has to throw them.
I hit a book pile.
Aside from the lightning dragons, they are relatively safe to use around books. The rest of them are rather.
They use their breath weapons. There you go.
Jesus fuck, there would be so many destroyed books in your libraries. Holy god.
Why do you think we have so many backups?
Yup.
Just casually walking around.
Okay,
Fucking rat.
We're derailing. We're derailing.
Anyway.
Derailing a serious moment. It's great. There we go.
So, as a friendly reminder, please watch what you think out loud in the presence of Scamos at all times.
Whoa.
I had it.
Well then, how do you think out loud?
Well, he
smacked me.
Excuse me?
I was trying to wake him up, and he smacked me.
I can't say you don't deserve it sometimes.
Scamos just look between the two of them like, what the fuck, guys?
Although, why were you asleep in a library?
It was quite a bit boring. There was an orb
Like,
there.
imagine when you can't read.
When you're in like a religious place, this was like specifically looking for a specific person of our party in seriously heavy armor, and
Were
there's
you
an
afraid
orb.
that saying his name would summon him?
Happened before.
Well, Beetlejuice in the background.
Stairs.
You rang!
Just immediately gets fireballed out the side of the ship.
There's an orb there, and apparently when you touch this orb, it puts you or sets you on.
Sets you on what?
So I was about to say it sets you unconscious, but it and then you have to wait 20 DC. But anyways, it apparently made me go to sleep or something right away, to which Scamos slapped me endlessly. Apparently.
For hours. By the way, your cheek still hurts. Like it's still
like
sore.
He was
like
unconscious.
a general red hand mark
for like 3 to 4 hours, man. Like he was out.
You get like Cam, you can like
You
see
know,
just like a hand
in
mark
the
on my
free
face.
cities, they have this food that they
So
make.
wait.
It's like a bread with tomato sauce and cheese on it. And they use this big kind of knife to cut it. It has no point, much like this conversation so far.
Well, chat. Okay, I'll just get your point. I talked to the god of chaos, or well, entity of chaos.
One second. Cam's gonna start looking through his bag. And he's gonna pull out some apple bark. And go, eat this.
Wait, hold on. This can make me pass out again.
That won't unless you've been on some very strange things.
Okay, I take it and chew on it.
It's tree bark.
Grab a lighter.
It has like
then
a
grab a
hint of.
lighter.
You chew on it. It's very crunchy. It's tree bark. I mean,
But anyways,
Are you feeling better? From whatever addled your mind?
You don't believe him, do you?
Because you just told me that you just talked to the god of chaos.
yes.
Oh, what?
Just heard across the ship.
What?
You see, well, thank you for giving me the tree bark, but you see, I'm not kidding. And then I looked to Scamos, and then I looked down at my wrist, and it's like,
This is gonna get a subtle "don't do it" kind of look from me. Just not yet.
anyhow. But yeah, so about our friend the Pope, he wants to restore order and completely remove chaos, like Darius was saying and how he was saying and whatnot. Turns out the gods don't want that. And apparently he's
I rather imagine introducing one. I hesitate to call it a concept, but one overriding theory, or however the hell you wish to say it, would rather annoy most gods.
Yeah, but apparently, so what I've been told is all gods have signed a pact to keep some sort of balance. Being gods is probably like,
Do I
I'm
know
not
anything
100% sure.
about this?
well, history check. See if you do.
21.
You've heard like it was like a legend, but it wasn't really. You haven't read a book like where it was written down, but there was always like the theory that you guys and everybody on a share when you were taught gods do exist, like everybody knows they exist, and there's multiple different ones, and there is a pretty large religious following on a share too for the dragon, gods of the dragon kind of thing. The normal dragon sets that you would see. But so that they all exist. It's just a lot of what they had was either like through stories to like scare children, like you need to do well or so and so is going to get you, and there's been theories about it, but there's no hard evidence per se. It's more of it was either passed down through like oral traditions for like nursery rhymes and things like that. So like scare your children with.
Mm-hmm.
So you would maybe they did something like that. It wouldn't sound like in what you know about the gods, like what's been researched. It's like that actually doesn't sound like out of the realm of possibilities of completely being completely out in left field. So, and to you, it would logically make sense. So,
Okay, I was just wondering if I like knew what it was called specifically or
no,
whatever.
no. You
Now,
know of people that would probably know. I would say that, but you particularly probably really didn't look into that too much. So.
and now, Cam, understand. I'm not going hell I'm not going
I'm just
hell
gonna look over at
chaos.
Scamos real quick.
What?
And back.
Whoa. Does he actually like give me that look of like, what did you put him up to?
Wait, what?
Yes.
What Cam do?
What
Look
was
at Scamos when you said "Hail Satan."
What's the look he gives
I
him when,
was
you,
trying-
when he
Hail
says
Satan!
that? Like, is it like a joking?
But no.
What is he? Did you put him up to this kind of
Out
thing?
of character,
or...
that was the Hail Satan bit. But no. In character, I say. But understand, Cam, I'm not going hell chaos or anything yet. I'm not going hell chaos or anything right now. God damn it, I can't.
Yet?
You're not
Right
going. I'm
now?
not going hail chaos, Star. God.
Says it
Jesus,
twice
I'm
in the
not
same
going
sentence.
I don't know why I keep putting it. Anyways, let's see. But no. But yes, Cam, I'm not going hell chaos or anything. Just I
Well, I'm
I have
well
a
aware.
feeling-
Chaos reigns. Was it hail?
Ave Imperia.
Cam, I'm going to shoot you.
That would be unhealthy for you.
Or us both.
Can we please focus, children?
But yes. Apparently, now I don't know exactly what happens when balance is not maintained. I expect probably bad things. Or if the Pope is actually right, maybe some good things. Don't know yet. But apparently there's a way to stop him. If things turn out to be bad.
Aren't there several planes of that nature?
Mechagon. Oh, sorry, Maraudon.
If I remember right, in D&D, or out of character, there's straight up planes of elemental order, planes of elemental fire.
Yep. There's a bit of elemental. You're talking about the justice one, where like angels and fucking people of like the paladins of the highest order go fight universal evils.
Yeah.
That's more of good than order in representation.
Yeah, it's good, but it's gifted.
That's
order
all
along with
part of the balance of all of this, though. Is the thing here. So that is still because there's an opposite of that as well for a plane. And that's where
Right.
yeah, that's where he
there
lives.
would, of course, be a plane of chaos, as there would be a plane of elemental order.
But the way you're hearing it, the way it's described, the way you guys read so far, it's beyond that. Like, this is what he wants to do is beyond. He wants all of existence, period, to be this way.
Right, I've got one. Let's go for two, and then the rest.
Basically.
Okay.
But yeah,
Basically, we want
so
to turn this world into another elemental plane of order.
Well, we
basically
knew
what-
he was already planning on instilling far more order than the world had currently. It's not too much of a leap of intent. He just has to not stop.
But
Christians
yeah,
have always been
apparently.
a bit of overreaching.
Now I didn't have much time to ask, so I didn't. I guess one thing I forgot about was to ask him how to properly stop Pope Victor. But apparently it's some spell.
There's
Spell.
Some spell. I
Move
have a feeling it's probably going to be something that only like a high-end wizard could probably pull off, or if there's like a scroll or something.
Wizards are not the only ones who can cast strong magics,
Yeah, no.
as
Just-
should be inherently obvious at this point. And Cam kind of just gestures to himself.
Yes, we know Burning Man. We know. Burning
Damn.
Dragon.
But
Burning Man.
prefer
Burning Man.
not to have that moniker.
Sounds like there's a story here.
Well,
Fire.
did you go to
he
the
will seal.
Did you go to the
Cam doesn't
Draconic
answer
Tome?
on that.
Yeah, no.
Sounds like
Cam
there's a
doesn't comment on that on you your reply, Scamos.
There's definitely a story there, isn't there?
Out of character. He went to the
No, I don't want
to
to.
Nope,
the
shut up.
assuring.
I don't
They
want
can
to.
find out in
I'm
game.
not
No.
gonna listen. I'm not gonna listen to you, Waller. I will
No,
kick
no,
you
no.
from this.
I'm making a joke. I was making a joke about assuring Burning Man, like the Assure Burning Man, and he went, and it didn't go so well.
I just wanted to make sure because
Hey.
the way you made it sound was like you were about to tell me, and I went, no, this is what I want to find out in character.
No.
I don't actually have a whole lot of details written down in the notes.
But it's there.
What I have like in my head, like going on is having happened, but
No, yeah, I'm not
there
gonna
is
spoil that.
probably enough for Waller to have figured out. So I was a little bit concerned.
No, I'm not gonna do that. That's on you, man.
Okay.
I was just making an Assure Burning Man joke. So
You said that there's a spell, God, and you didn't. Does it have a name?
Let's-
Did he say anything about it?
So, you're in a holy, kind of somewhat holy place where you expect holy things. Talking to the god of
Anywhere
chaos.
a rear goes, yes.
But Tess.
Why do
You
I
actually
feel like
pull
these are
out a
minor
snare.
illusion?
That's that'll be prestiged. You will literally hear at your pun.
Either way, I didn't have much time, and I didn't actually.
You
know what
had
to
hours.
Scamos, to you is hours. To me, it was 5 fucking minutes. And that whole time I was freaking out and not
What
sure
were you
what to say.
doing with? Wait, what happened exactly?
I touched an orb. I got sent to my subconscious, apparently, I guess, is what it would be called. And I talked to the god of chaos. Started freaking out a little bit, and he asked me if I had any questions. So I started thinking for a minute, and then started asking about Pope Francis. I stopped him.
Francis.
Gosh darn it! I almost said Francis before.
You started asking questions about Pope Victor. God damn it. Anyway.
He's been asking about a pope that has not existed yet.
Pope Ajax.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, Pope Victor.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
fair, I guess.
I mean, if someone else wants to talk to him, that'd be.
Show him your wrist.
Do you know what this is? So he shows like the camp with
Have you been
Scamos
helping
and camp.
yourself?
And it is. It's like it looks like it's been healed over weeks. You look at it, and it's like it's healed over completely. And even though you hadn't seen it there before, it's like that wasn't there. How long has it been there? Like you as a medical person, you're like this looks weeks old to you.
So is it like a burned in mark, like a branding?
Yeah.
That appeared when he woke up.
What would you say is the minimum time I would expect something like that to have been there?
A month at least.
How long has Scamos been with us?
Probably a month and a half, probably. At this point.
No, I did not stick my dick in crazy.
Are you
Claimed as my personal bitch.
Is that what he asked me? Does he ask me that in
No, that was an out of character pun.
Yeah, no, I know. I just needed to make sure you weren't actually asking me I was crazy in character, because this is probably about to get heated quick.
Yes, I am.
Oh god. Did you not hear what I said, Halls? I said, no, I did not stick my dick in crazy when he was asking how long Scamos has been here.
I didn't hear that.
Alright, so. Yeah, I don't remember this ever being here until I woke up.
You touched the stupid thing after I said wait.
I was curious, okay? I thought,
Curious doesn't mean you grab strange objects. Especially not when there's only one other person there with you.
You hear Rare in the background like, yay! As he's like working on something and it works.
I'm successful.
Yay!
Yay! Boom.
Followed by an explosion. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then there's an even bigger cheer because it exploded.
Let me. Gamos,
Hmm.
I'm going to need you to be honest with me right now.
Okay.
We are going to have a very major issue.
Okay.
Who are you?
I am Scamos Amon.
I didn't ask what your name was. I asked who are you?
I mean, that's who I am.
Are you gonna use that one thing again? Like in character question.
Who do you follow? And insight check, by the way.
Yeah.
The Traveler.
You can insight, and if you wanted a deception or anything,
Nope.
Halls.
I'm
no?
being Scamos is being honest.
Okay.
Is this going to have to be a separate roll for each question or just as a whole? Because
Each
total
question.
I
of
will
20.
tell you if I decide to change my mind and lie about
Yeah.
anything.
Well, at that point, you'll have to roll against it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
I
So
will
you got
tell,
a
I will tell
20.
you that way you can.
Yeah, total of 20.
He's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. Who else do you follow?
That's it. Just the Traveler.
And what are his tenets? Or her, as the case may be.
It's a he. And you just want what? All of the core tenets of it?
A basic rundown.
Basically, provide balance to life. It's as simple as I can make it.
In what regard? Because providing balanced life has many interpretations.
In everything. If you take,
Where there is
you
life,
give,
bring death.
not necessarily that far. That's not his
Where there is
realm.
happiness, bring sorrow.
No, it's
Is it like karma?
kind of now. The simplest way I can think of is you're going to live your life.
Where there is order, bring chaos.
Not in the sense of the actual realm
That,
of
you'll
chaos,
notice Cam is
but
incredibly pointed look with that question.
and it's a case of okay, that changed that. No, not in the sense that you're talking. I mean, the only chaos I'm going to be causing would be basic pranks. Bring
Shenanigans.
yeah. I'm not literally saying bring
Shenanigans.
shenanigans to the world, but bring balance back. If you take, you give. Things like that. There should
So you reap
always
what you sow.
there kind of
There must always be a king.
no. But there is that kind of concept. I'm not going to go out of my way to, kill people to bring balance. That's more of the Darius and Chaos God kind of solution to problems.
Do you bring anything with you where you go? In terms of spirits, demons, what have you?
Not that I'm aware of. Unless you see something, in which case I'm going to be very concerned.
And he is telling the truth. He doesn't know if he does. Like
He doesn't
For all-
know.
I don't know. I don't know. If there's anything with me, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
truly don't
There.
think. I truly do not think there is anything with me. But if you see something, I would
Yeah,
appreciate
please
being
tell
told.
me. Please tell me. And
Yeah, something with it.
All right.
What is it?
Scammers.
Yeah, I get it. Don't trust the tiefling.
And what? One last final question along this line. And Cam is going to cast it.
Okay.
Okay.
And with Zone of Truth up, going to ask. And did you cause that mark?
No.
Do you know who caused mark?
Yes.
Can you tell me what this mark is and who caused it? I mean, I
And
have
I
a
tell
feeling.
him that part. I tell him that part, Waller, since I do know what the orb actually is in
Yes.
character.
Yes.
I can tell. All right, so Cam first because he asked the question before. Godzik said, "What was your question again, Cam? The second one you asked. You asked me who caused it,
Yes.
and I said yes to that. And then Godzik, you asked what?
Yeah, I'm basically like reaffirming like who caused it and what is the mark.
Okay. The entity of chaos caused the mark, and the mark is his mark. I don't know why it's on you. I assumed you had to have made some sort of deal to get that. Accurate enough, Waller?
Yeah.
I did not say it.
When did he get that?
As soon as he woke up from the orb.
Which was
That's
when?
true.
About 3 hours after he touched it. So, like,
Probably about
half an
an
hour,
hour
since
ago.
before we
Yeah.
had this. Like, this is why I came to talk to you.
Okay. And Cam's going to dismiss the spell. Forgive me for that,
Feel a
but
little
that
better?
is a wound a month old, if applied conventionally. You showed up not long before that.
Okay, I'll give you
And
that
you
one.
are the least known member of the party here.
I'll give you that one given the circumstances. And he's going to sound a little disappointed by it, but it doesn't seem like it's directed at you. More circumstance. But no, I didn't.
Tiefling's bad.
I apologize for the suspicion, but I don't frankly know you.
Yeah. I mean, I could say the same for all of you, but at least I have Tazar here. There was a reason I did.
Face.
There was a reason I tried to stop him from touching it, and he touched it before I could stop him.
Well, at least we know how to stop Pope
Because,
Victor. I at least have some idea.
we don't know how to stop Pope Victor, and one of us is going to have to go get the actual answers to that.
I presume I recognize the symbol branded upon his wrist.
You've seen it in a lot of iconography when associated with talking.
Found.
Yeah.
That is a Book of Chaos. It's it is the Mark of Chaos. Yay.
In Cam, I will tell you now, in there, I just asked questions. Though, I don't know if it's something that, like, I slipped out or whatnot, but I'm pretty sure I didn't make a deal with him.
He's not done with you if you're marked.
Or you made a deal because you asked questions. It could be that simple. You don't know. No.
Scamos will probably know a little more
It's
about
one of
this
those
than he would.
Feywild bullshit things where nothing is given
Little
for free.
bit.
Yes.
Little bit.
Yes. Chaos works very similar to that.
You have been chosen to be his champion.
You've been simply flagged. He's not done with you yet. Just the simplest way to put it.
Great. Well, I told him the truth. I don't really follow any religion.
So you sought
but
favors from the god of chaos, and you wonder why you have this.
He sought information, not a favor.
Information is the most valuable thing in the world.
Yeah, well.
And we know if Pope Victor tries to ruin the world, if trying to bring order to the world ruins it, there's a way to stop him. It's just I fucked up and did not get that way fully explained.
Well,
Please forgive me for
risks that would have been preferable, but there is no point dwelling on it now.
Yes, please forgive me for nearly pissing my pants in my sleep.
I was wondering what that smell was.
I did not actually piss my pants.
I thought you would. I should have. I'm
Fuck
sorry
you.
I didn't actually stop you in time. I could have, or at least done this a bit safer. I didn't think you were going to grab it as fast as you did.
In a religious place, I didn't think it'd be, the worst possible thing.
I wouldn't call it the worst possible thing, but
Maybe, but
In a religious place, you're in a place of knowledge, not religion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
knowledge.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It
forbidden knowledge
wasn't
too.
necessarily expected, but
Those two
No.
couldn't be
You're
farther
right
from each
there.
other.
the real
religious
question
plays
is,
unreligious thing.
and I'm gonna look at Cam. The real question is, do you know or have any idea about the bell they're referencing, or are we going to need to get that information through other means?
Well, Wallow, do I?
You know, sure. If anywhere you can think of, it would be home. Honestly, that'd be the only place that you would really think to look. Otherwise, probably not.
Now I just need to
No.
get out of character. I just
Well,
need now to get a live, laugh, love armband to cover that.
you basic bitch.
God.
You
Yeah.
mysteriously, whenever you try and buy that, will get smacked on the back of the head by a fucking mage hand.
We take him to the Asian part of the world and have fucking hentai written in fucking their language around his fucking.
You know, if he
wrist.
actually says that out loud, I'm gonna fucking use him
Anyway,
and call him a
yeah.
basic bitch.
Yeah, I mean, you would know Ashir would probably have that information.
Well, I have some vague ideas, but I would need to go back to a library back home.
It seems from
What's the likelihood of us going back there soon?
We were going to collect
like
information
soon.
from Victor originally.
Weren't we
within
going
the
there
next
like?
day.
Yeah,
Or
you guys.
Yes.
wasn't-
You guys.
We were gonna go there one way or another.
Yeah.
Weren't you there for that in character?
Well,
No,
No.
Scamos wasn't.
Oh no,
was
he
there.
wasn't
Oh,
there.
no.
Good character.
Yeah.
No, if I was there, yeah, but no one told me that was the plan. So we're going back to
By
the
the way,
ship.
we're going there next.
yeah.
So
So
the
we thought-
question becomes, how much time do we want to waste traveling and hoping we can find this? Like, what's the likelihood this is there?
Well, it is. If knowledge is anywhere, it is there.
Okay, let me restate this. If you had to say right now, what are the odds that you will find exactly what we need there?
I wouldn't know.
Give me a gut feeling, Cam.
Biggest compendium of all knowledge in the known
he just
world.
like goes up
My,
to
met,
you and just
my
like starts
meta
feeling
sense is
your
tingling, telling me that you'll likely find it there.
Hmm.
Okay.
On a slightly
mean-
more serious answer, it is information we must have, and we aren't going to find it. We aren't more likely to find it anywhere else.
I'm going to reach into the bag of holding and pull the orb out, still covered in the blanket. And then making sure that
Of course,
my hands...
you brought it with us.
You
Yep.
think I'm going to leave something like that when it's just marked him laying around a library with an old dude that just literally unlocked the door and left people in there?
I'd have opened a window and dropped personally.
Yeah, well, that's great. And when it doesn't survives and some child runs off with it?
Oh, I don't know. A little hobbit grabs it and it starts yelling, "My precious!" in the corner. I mean, there's
Oh,
that
God.
too.
There were better things there were choices that needed to be made. I figured it would be
Whoa,
safer, at least with a
man.
group of people who know not to fuck with it,
It would just
Now.
be stuck under a mountain for millennia.
than sit there and
Well,
leave
some
it
other
in an
dumb hobbit.
unsecured library.
I love how we're referencing the Planter as a fucking goddamn
All right.
Fucking
ring.
right.
The real question is, do we want to use it to get the exact answer we need?
Now that I'm actually looking at this damn orb,
Yeah.
do I recognize it at all?
No, you haven't seen one of these before. This is something that they don't know about.
But I'm not
Mhm.
fucking telling unless I'm asked.
So this is your direct line to the Chaos God, and you want to keep it around.
I want to keep it
Well,
from other
apparently once-
people.
Why?
Would you want to leave the ability to make pacts with the pure entity of chaos laying around somewhere anyone can reasonably get to it?
I would like to leave it laying around in a whole bunch of different places.
I mean, yeah,
In
if
fact,
you
a
want,
little piece in each.
I mean, that would be preferred if we can even break it.
Have you tried?
Good luck.
What?
Say that like you know something.
Waller, you're gonna have
What
to
is
PM me
that?
what I know all about this. Because I
So
don't. Gonna have to
these were built by the denizens of chaos to
Yep.
communicate with him directly. It was
Mhm.
these were given to high level people within within his
Yeah, within his own army.
domain. Yeah, within the army, within like the other stuff, and they're the ones that basically this is how they communicated. Like this is what we want to do and things like that. How to get information and all that. So theoretically, nobody knows if you can destroy these or not because one has never been destroyed. All but 4 of them were accounted for, and this is probably one of the 4 that weren't accounted for. There you go. There's 3 more out there that you have no idea where they are.
I bet you that
Probably-
Richard has one.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that as well.
All right. So Cam, you asked me. I know more than I'm letting on about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically, like you said, a direct line to talk to the entity
Hello,
of chaos.
The big man. The
Like-
big man.
The literal, actual entity of it, not the aspects he prefers to use most of the time.
You know, for
One
someone being
has
named
never
Chaos.
been successfully destroyed, and I don't know if there's even a way to possibly destroy them.
I will say, for being known as the entity Chaos, he is kind of a. Well, he showed himself as a human, chill man.
What better to represent chaos than a human?
Fitting, I guess.
I mean, are you really asking that question?
No, that was me giving a
You?
sarcastic answer to him of what better to represent chaos than a human.
And this is Cam sarcastically asking you.
What if that's my response to it?
Is
Most,
that
you gotta
really
remember,
what you have to
English-
ask? If there's
English
a
is a
better
second
representative
language.
of chaos?
Yeah.
Could you just
Humans
remove your
are
cloak for me
pretty
real
good.
quick?
Humans are a pretty good representation of it, if I do say so myself. Hell, although these days I think dwarves might be a better one. I'm going to look down towards the noise that are coming from engineering.
Listen, that's just a specific dwarf. Oh
Um,
shit.
They
Yeah,
might be a
about
better
that.
representation of unpredictableness.
Yeah,
Surprise.
and with him potentially
Getting-
becoming the
Chaos
next king.
Getting-
definitely is a bit more red-skinned and horny.
Floats
In
your
both
way,
meanings of the
stairway.
word.
That's a subject for debate at a later time. Anyways.
Oh, you
to
hear from
answer
the bottom of the
question,
ship.
I don't think there's a feasible way to destroy them. I don't know of one. And I
Has
didn't
anyone
feel
ever
like...
tried dumping them in a bag of holding and then filling it with dirt until it tears?
All right,
mean-
Johnny Depp.
That's probably just going to hide it in a
I got a bag of
holding
dirt.
full of
I got a
dirt,
bag of dirt.
and then it's going to tear, and, it'll probably do
And
some bullshit
drop it
and
in a pit
survive.
dimension, never to be found again.
I mean, that's hiding it, still not destroying it, and I don't know if he has a way to recover them. Put it that way.
If he can
It-
retrieve it from that, he can retrieve it from us.
Like I said, I don't know enough past the point of what it is, what it does, and that it is incredibly hard to destroy. If you want to try and hide it somewhere, feel free. I am simply saying that it is an option if we need further answers.
I'm sorry, I just pictured using a Palantir as a fucking blacksmith hammer.
The point being, we have
It's
the
impossible.
option if we need it.
Someone insert Gimli attempting to smash the ring.
Yeah.
That's probably what would happen in this case, TBH.
I mean, you did in the movie, like fucking Saruman does drop the fucking Orthanc one like right from the top of the Orthanc. So they are pretty fucking durable.
So it's an
But Cam doesn't know
option.
that.
It's an option if we don't have the answers we need from your knowledge.
Gauze, as you're kind of staring at the orb in the middle, you start hearing a whisper, and he's like, "Soon we'll have another conversation." You hear like "soon." That's all you hear, like an echo.
Just soon.
Yeah.
Damn.
You have
Hello,
been
Mr.
chosen.
Ominous.
So
Soon.
I see so many terrible things.
Scamos, I don't mean to alert you or anything, but I think the orb's trying to talk to me.
I'm gonna cover
Just
the
give
orb
me
back up and
suggestions.
just I'm gonna cover the orb back up with a sign. And go. That's why I'll hang on to it, and we'll
Fair
keep
enough.
it from you for now. If you have any strange
Fool of a
dreams,
flint striker.
Fit striker.
if you have any strange dreams, tell me. If you see anything strange, tell me. If portals open up and try and rip you into giant fiery realms or anything involving tentacles, call Cam, because I'm not dealing with that bullshit again.
Again?
Long story.
We have a long trip.
That's great. I'm gonna give him. Actually, you know, I'm gonna go. That's great. I'm gonna give Cam a look and go. How was being on fire again?
Well, if you'd like to know what it's like to burn to death, I will enlighten you.
That's the actual. It's the actual challenging look of giving him like a. You want to know this some all of Scamos's background. You're gonna have to give up some of yours. Is more what that was being communicated. But
And that was Cam's answer. How much you read into that is up to you.
have I seen him actually fireproof now?
I don't think Scamos
You've
has yet.
heard Darius and friends mention it.
Yeah.
Usually,
okay.
kind
They-
of in jest, kind
so
of not.
you burned to death, and now you're fireproof. Pretty interesting deal to me.
When you have very few options, you make do.
Yeah, who'd you make that deal with?
I didn't.
It was made for me.
So you were.
Have you ever visited a high-ranking temple to perhaps what the fuck is her name? I'm blanking on it. Got it in one of these fucking pages.
Yeah.
Mashakal. You ever visit a high-ranking temple of Mashakal?
How common of a god is that, Waller?
Panther, you know a
Um,
little more about that than I do on that.
How common she is, not so much. Mashakal is the god of healing, life, and home, neutral good. If you, I assume you haven't read Dragonlance.
Mm-mm. No.
She is one of the Draconic or Dragonlance pantheon, which fits really fucking nicely into the D&D pantheon conveniently. It just changes some of the names. I think that's one that's shared.
Heard it in passing, never actually visited before. But with the Traveler and all, there's not much temple-y, visit-y stuff that goes on.
It's more of you're aware that the higher ranking priest can perform resurrections, yes?
Yeah. So okay, so you were resurrected.
It's not exactly on the impetus of the one who is dead in that case.
That's fair.
It was something similar in my case, but less neutral.
Less neutral.
It came with obligations, you could call it almost. More of it's not exactly easy to describe in this language.
Obligations to perform certain tasks, to do certain things.
A deal.
Call it a commitment to an ideal.
The ideals being
Depends on the person specifically what is focused on. In my case, to aid those who need it.
hence the
And Cam's gonna tap the it wouldn't be a red cross in this universe, but it's essentially that.
gotcha. Hence all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that comes from for you.
That explain.
That's the price you
well-
paid.
That explains the bit with Hobgoblin, I guess.
Shit, how much does fucking Gazik know about this?
Well,
In character or out?
In character.
Gau's probably kind of still thinking about the whole thing, probably just
Gazik
talking to him.
Knows
No, I'm
about
not
as
asking
much
like
as you
in
do.
character. I'm asking like is this the first time Gazik has heard about what's going on? Like, what would he know in character about your backstory? As I'm asking all of this
No,
in
he's
front
the
of
first.
him.
This is the first time that they've talked about it in depth.
Okay.
Do you ask me directly if I knew about
No.
this?
I
Because I
was-
kind of have an answer for you.
No, I wasn't asking that directly. I was trying to ask if this was like the first time you've heard about this, like if, out of character, asking if your in character has ever discussed this with them before.
Nope.
Okay. So you struck. So they struck that. So you were resurrected, and that was the.
It was not actually. It was not a priest of Meshakal who brought me back, but it is a similar, if more testing method.
Meaning.
Those who attempt to initiate the resurrection do not always succeed, and the soul may or may not survive the passage.
All right, Cam, what do you look like again?
Dragon Boy.
Kind of like a Dragonborn, similar to a Dragonborn, but actually, hell, you've got fucking Roll20 open, yeah?
Yeah, like that.
Literally my avatar.
Interesting.
Although
okay.
what he's wearing is more brighter, warmer
and you're
colors
saying
than
they
white.
they don't always succeed with the whole bringing everything back and everything else.
It's
Far back in
not
your stupidity.
all pass the trial.
Were you human before this?
No.
And his insight check, I guess, to make sure he's not lying. Will be a 21 for my insight.
Cam?
Cam?
You...
I already answered. I said no.
Yeah, he's not lying.
Okay, I was inciting to see if you were lying.
No, he's not lying.
Okay. So what were you before that resurrection?
I was me.
What race
None.
were you, Cam?
I was as you see me now.
Okay, so nothing was changed other than you became fireproof.
I gotta say, with as much fire
Physically,
as you use,
yes.
With as much fire as you use, that's a pretty helpful feature.
It is still not a comfortable feature, but
Yeah, being fireproof even after burning to death would probably suck. So were the people who raised you necromancers?
depends on your definition. It was not specifically my parents who raised me. It was a
Dodge
another.
the question.
But they weren't. The one who did was For a stretched definition of necromancer, you could call him one, I suppose, but I would not.
So you weren't an experiment gone awry, so to speak, as a necromancer or something like that. You were legit. They were legitimately attempting to rise you as you were.
Yes. It is a known and practiced ritual.
Okay, that's more what I was.
It's pretty, and
concerned
it
about.
is.
It's
Yeah, it is.
well known among those who practice it.
Mhm.
But it is not. It was not some sort of lich's bullshittery or something
So
like that.
hardly know.
Look, you can never be too sure in this day and age. And forgive me as well, but well, I don't know you all that well either.
Some caution is warranted in this case.
So, as for the orb, we'll hang on to it. If we need it, we'll figure out I can use it safely. If we can find our answer in your text, I'm going to point to Cam. I will happily let you do whatever the fuck you want with this thing. And when I say this thing, I'm going to point orb.
And not your body. Or your dick. Being a bird.
Yeah, well, I'm literally going to
And-
make that offer of if we need it, we can figure out how to use it. If we don't end up needing it, you do what you want with it. It's yours. I don't care. I don't want the damn thing.
All right. Is there anything else that you all want to talk?
I'm leaving that. If Cam wants to respond to it, it's up to him.
Well, that's a question for later, I suppose.
I think this might be a good place to bookmark it because it is already 8:30 Central.
Bookmarking the character development is far
Yeah.
more important.
Bookmark, and we're going to save it for next week.
I'm surprised Cam didn't start firing back with his own questions. I really am. I figured
Bookmarking
Cam...
it, and there
It
you
was
go.
a bit more. You found the one of the very few things that is difficult for him to the point of being distracting.
Really?
Worst thing you could have